Hey, this is Red Band. Please check us out at deathsquad.tv. Or if you want to see a live comedy show that I put together once or twice a week here at the Ice House Comedy Club in Pasadena, California, go to their website, icehousecomedy.com. And now, here is the Ice House Chronicles.
So this amazing audio quality is brought to you by one of our sponsors for this episode of the Ice House Chronicles. This is a band called Plague Vendor, and I guess the song's called Black Sap Scriptures. And they have a Facebook page. If you just Facebook them or Google Plague, Plague, Vendor, Vendor. Just like their page on Facebook. Check out their videos. They donated something off the studio wish list, and that's at deathsquad.tv. And these are items that we need for the studio really bad. So if you buy something off there, we'll bring you up on a podcast like we are doing right now. So check them out. They also have some free music on Last.fm. So just search their name at last.fm or whatever, and check them out. And you can tell by today's podcast what's on this. The studio wish list today is we need a new camera, and I want you to guess which camera is the most fucked up. And so let's start this podcast, shall we? All right, let's unmute everybody real quick.
Do it slowly.
Do it slowly. Turn down Plague Vendor. I am Brian Redband, and we are here at the Ice House Comedy Club here in Pasadena, California. Where we do a live comedy show once, sometimes twice a week here. And if you want to see a live show, go to their website, icehousecomedy.com. And today we are joined by some of my faves. We got on the right of me, we have Brody.
Steven, Brody, Stevens. Yes, thank you, Red Band. It's a pleasure to be here.
Why don't you announce everybody, Brody, because you're so good at it.
That camera looks all right.
You want me to do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sitting to my right, originally from the state of Maryland, very funny guy. You've seen him in commercials. He, too, has a podcast of his own. Say hello to Ari Shaffir. Yes.
Thank you.
And sitting across from me to my right is a man that I just met tonight, and he's giving us the peace sign. I know his first name. I'm not sure of his last. I'm going to say hello to Say. C. It's C. Is it Say or C?
It's C.
C.
I thought it was Saw.
It's
Your Twitter is Saw Hung.
It's my past tense. It's past tense of my real name.
Yes.
What's your last name?
Hang.
C. Hang. Yes. Enjoy it. And across to me slightly.
Some people call him Yellow Band. I don't because it's,
Oh my God.
it's racist.
That is racist. And you know that voice. He gets it. He, too, has his own podcast.
Is my camera bad?
Is his camera bad? Does
No.
he travel the country? Yes, he does. He's a good guy. Say hello to Mr. Doug Benson, everybody.
Oh!
Yes.
That's as wide as I can get my eyes open. That's as wide as they go.
Thank you for letting me do that, Brian.
Have you guys seen that show with Jim
You're
Jones?
good
That
at it.
reality show with Jim Jones?
Jim Jones.
Which one?
Love and Hip Hop. He's so high the whole time.
That's
All
cool.
these wives are yelling at him, and he's just like, his eyes are just shut.
Jim Jones, he's a rapper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's, I think, out of Texas or something for some reason. Well, that's Mike Jones.
Well, today is a holiday. I don't know if you guys know this. It's not
Jones,
New
yeah.
Year's, but it's we all have a second chance with Katy Perry Day.
Yes.
And I am happy as fuck about this whole entire day because I pretty much gave up.
You have a better chance with Russell Brand.
Yeah.
I really gave up on it because it seemed like just weeks ago I was reading that they got matching tattoos.
Seemed like such a dream marriage.
Yeah. And
Are
then,
you as disillusioned as we all are?
I've been wondering how long it would last just because he is sober, like he's mega sober, like he doesn't do anything anymore.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and her hit song is all about getting
Lit.
plastered and not remembering anything the next day. Like it just doesn't seem
And
like
on
that's a good combination.
and on top of it, her latest
sex
video is kind of creepy. It's all about like the one that got away. And it's like her being old, wishing that she like didn't fuck up this guy that she used to date, and now
Who's
she's
that
like
guy?
settled down
Who's
and
that
married.
guy? Why does she see in him?
She's funny. Is she funnier than Russell Brand?
No.
No.
Russell Brand's a professional
But she wasn't a terrible host on SNL, but he's really funny when he's on SNL.
Yeah, but now in this video, she's like old and married, and she married the wrong person. Is what the song's about.
She has a mustache.
It's a weird. I've seen this video a couple times, and I can never really wrap my head around what's supposed to be happening in it. I'm just like, why isn't she just wearing less and jumping around more?
They have those photos of her on TMZ out at the beach in Hawaii.
She looked all right.
She's got a nice rack. That's what
Remember when
we
she got in
would
trouble
say.
on the Sesame Street for showing her boobs off?
What?
Yeah,
She showed major cleavage
Yeah,
on
she
Sesame
had,
Street.
and also she went. No, she showed up somewhere with like a Cookie Monster T-shirt on that was like really tight, and his eyes were her tits. I think,
right.
or Elmo. It was Elmo, I think.
No, she was on Sesame Street with a really low cut cleavage shirt.
Oh yeah, that's true too. I think that's what happened. Is that happened first? Then she went on somewhere with the Elmo shirt on. I think
Making
on,
fun
on
of it,
SNL.
kinda?
I think yeah, kind of.
I sort of got it. She always dresses that way. Why should she change?
Yeah, I mean, and it's her boobs are definitely
They're real.
They're awesome.
They're definitely.
And she's a real woman. I didn't see her host SNL. She was good on, you're saying? You saw it?
Yeah, I thought I thought she acquitted herself well. I mean, they didn't like ask her to stretch crazily, but she was game for everything. And
But why did she make the crossover? You know, she's just got that personality where, like a Justin Timberlake, he can host it.
well, Britney Spears got to host it, and arguably Katy Perry's a bigger star in music. Katy Perry.
hosted.
Katy Perry just beat the record for number of hit singles off of one album. She beat the Thriller record.
She did?
Number one singles.
Number one
Wow.
singles, yeah.
She beat Thriller.
Because she puts out a song, and they're usually pretty catchy, and she's got a crazy
Yeah, those
video,
are big
and they
boobs.
go to number one. Yeah.
They're delicious.
But yeah, pan away from her belly because it's a little chubby.
And she's wholesome. It's not like, the Kardashians. There's not a sex tape out. So
I saw her behind the music or
I
Hollywood
wish it was
Story
a
or something, and it was like she was ready to give up. And then she turned 24.
and she kissed a girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing.
And
is
she
I,
liked it.
I think that both of those kids are probably a little too young and a little too successful to...
Be
Like, can you
locked down.
imagine she's out on a concert tour or whatever, he's making a movie? Like, that kind of life sucks where you're just on the
Yeah.
phone to each other all the time. Like, that's no good.
Yeah.
They could Skype.
And he's trying
Yeah.
to be clean and sober, and she's, projecting this image of someone who gets blackout drunk.
So you can't even, watch her work.
And in the video, she's dressed up like she's in high school. She's like condoning blackout. Have you ever read? Rob Delaney had a really funny thing about that song where he just kind of goes through it and breaks it down, and about how the song just has several points where her character or whatever in the song could have very likely have been raped by somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they drugged her. They put something in her drink and she passed out, and the next day she's wearing different clothes and stuff. And Rob Delaney has this funny thing. I guess it's on his blog or something, but I saw it through his Twitter account. It was pretty good.
What's his blog? A lot of his stuff from the Twitter goes to the blog, or is it
I think he writes longer pieces for the blog, yeah. But his tweets are fucking hilarious. Like he's one
Consistent,
of the
puts out a lot of good
funniest.
stuff.
Yeah, like
keeps
there's not a
going.
lot of. I don't look at one of his tweets and go, oh, that one didn't really work. There you go. She went on a sketch on SNL with that on. And it's not even a real Elmo shirt. It's like a knockoff.
What?
That's a nice
That's not
picture.
what Elmo looks like.
Is it 'cause
It's
SNL
kind of
has
what
a
he looks
budget?
like. No, I think they didn't want to get sued.
Yeah.
So they made it similar, It's just close enough.
She's funny. She started out on the Warp Tour just doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I guess her live stage show, she had a lot of upbeat songs. It was pretty peppy, and so the skater boys would put up with her because she's so cute.
That's what they said in the behind the music. It was a huge chance for her, and her managers believed that she'd be able to win those people over or something.
At the Warp Tour,
No,
those skater
I was not
dudes.
paying attention. Yeah.
Well, when you look that way, you're gonna get that opportunity.
Well, that didn't work for Avril Lavigne.
She was on the Warp
She was on
Tour.
the Warped Tour?
Well, she always dresses like that.
Yeah. What do you mean it didn't
Yeah,
work?
but she went
might
out
have
with that
started.
dude from Sum 41. Or
She married
him, and then now that's over.
Really? That
Yeah.
one I'm more interested in.
I was more excited about her becoming single again than Katy Perry.
I feel like I could have an actual shot with Avril Lavigne. Like if I ran into her,
Especially
I
now.
could hook it up.
Especially now that you
Was she
brought it up.
still going out with
Katy
that
Perry?
Brody
Katy
Jenner
Perry's
guy?
single, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
but
she?
I wouldn't be able to. She wouldn't go out with me.
No?
No.
Avril
I would
Lavigne
do it.
wouldn't.
KP?
I think Avril would. I don't think Katy Perry I could get her.
Why?
Yeah, she seems like.
How are you even going to be in a position to have that conversation with her?
Yeah.
Oh.
It seems like she'd be way too surrounded by handlers all the time. Whereas Avril Lavigne, you might be able to catch her at the right moment.
I mean, she got into a fight at the Roosevelt Hotel.
The handlers.
You know?
David Taylor went over to the front bar at the Comedy Store, and this big black guy was like, "Where you going?" And he goes, "Just over the bar, I guess." And the guy's like, "All right." And then he realized there was just Cat Williams bouncers. That were letting people come in his area.
Those guys were huge.
Yeah.
That's the worst, though, when like a private bouncer gives you a hard time in a public place.
Yeah, you're like, just get out of here, man.
Like Hugh Hefner's bodyguard guy gave me a hard time once.
Really?
It's like, what the fuck you think I'm going to do to Hugh Hefner?
Tickle him?
I just want to blow the man. I've never blown a guy that owns a magazine empire.
The Hugh Hefner
some
bodyguards
bad
guys, they don't they carry the little Playboy bunny on their lapel so you know it's them?
They have Playboy tasers.
Do they really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
What do those look like?
But I could see people hassling, wanting to, get around Hugh Hefner.
I guess so, but don't
Like,
go out
touch
to other
him.
people's places and say you can't come here.
Yeah, and I saw those bouncers, those Cat Williams bouncers. They were intimidating.
They're massive, and he's so tiny you don't even notice him. Like, who are you even guarding? I don't even see anyone here.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
I mean, they were big, like Muslim beards. It's
They
like,
they put him in their pocket while they're guarding him.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that's like his green room.
This is the plot of The Borrowers 4.
So he's a guy. He's doing New Year's at Nokia.
Cat Williams is Stuart Little.
It's funny
Stuart Little 3, taking it to the streets.
Live action.
with Cat Williams.
Just give him little mouse ears and that's it, and just let him go.
But he's doing New Year's tomorrow. And
Where? At Club Nokia?
Club Nokia.
He retired for like 2 years.
Yeah, what's the deal? He retires and he has these run-ins. Is that to show, like, no matter what, you keep going if you get in trouble or you do something with the law or, because he, like, was chasing after a guy in a bulldozer or something like that.
What?
He, like, flipped out on some guy up in Bakersfield or in Fresno.
And he stole a bulldozer, or he used his own bulldozer to chase him?
He was chasing after him, or it was a 911 call involved. Cat Williams.
Wow.
Recently.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that just shows how even getting into that kind of trouble, he's pretty underground at this point.
Yeah, I didn't hear about it.
I mean, I'm
If
sure
Katy
they're
Perry
talking
chased somebody-
about it on Urban Radio, maybe, and you know about it through TMZ.
I read about it through TMZ. TMZ's a pretty on the ball website.
No, but they're reporting about they'll if something happens to anybody who is ever a celebrity, they'll say something about it.
Yeah.
they're thorough, and that's just my point. Is that Cat Williams is far enough under the radar that chasing someone with a bulldozer doesn't get him any big press.
Yeah.
You ever hear Kindler
Like it wasn't
talk
a
about
big
TMZ?
story on TMZ or
Right.
anything.
No.
Kindler's like, it's so boring. They just meet someone, they ask them what they're doing, and they just say, yes, I was doing that. They're like, oh, we got Camille Abdul-Jabbar coming out of the Ivy. Hey, did you eat at the Ivy? Yeah. There you have it.
They always throw in something else. They'll throw in a topical question or just something to try to get their goat, something private about them, but then that's to me that's the fun of the show, is watching just how these people respond. It sucks to be a person that can't just go to the store or something.
Oh, yeah. It must really.
But isn't there a way to deal with those guys?
Especially the ones that aren't rich. Like, I feel sorry for unrich famous people, that they just got famous through some reality show and they
show or
never
some
had a
news
payday.
story.
They
Yeah.
never got paid anything.
Right. But
And
isn't there a
then
way
they
to
get hassled? Or
But is there a way to
Tara
deal
Reid.
with them, though, to like give them a little bit what they want, and then
Gay ants
I'll
just
give
like
them a
person.
lot of what they want. The only time they ever stopped me, I just stopped right in my tracks and had a conversation with them. I love it. They were asking me about Mel Gibson, and it got on the show.
Really?
But what's the name of the black dude with the dreads? on there?
Charles.
He'd never heard of me or the marijuana logs.
Wow.
Like, what kind of dread? How do you wear dreads?
Did not know
He
that.
should lose his dreads over that. He should
You lose your dread card.
Yeah.
I think that was the same day you were on there with Roddy Piper.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, around the same time.
It really
last year.
strains dreadability. He loses his dreadability.
I think they do a good job with the editing, having fun in there. I hosted it. They made me look good. I had a good time.
It's fun and it's quick. It's
fun.
Yeah, and
Quick.
it's kind of become all of them sit around and make fun of Harvey the whole time now, which they're always laughing at him and making fun of him.
Yeah.
That's fun. And
I came out of the Vince Vaughn Wild West comedy tour party or whatever, and me and Renazisi were leaving, and they were like, "Is Vince still in there?" Renazisi's like, "Get a job, you bloodsuckers!" He was like, and then they were like, "Oh, from Punk'd. You're that guy from Punk'd." He goes, "Oh, hey, how you doing?"
Yeah,
He
see?
just turns around and like, "I'll take the attention."
You can be friends with the camera guys. I mean, they're
well,
pretty.
yeah. I mean, it's not. That's the thing that's kind of weird about it, is all those people sitting around in the TMZ studio. They're never out on the field doing those
No.
things. They're just always like, "We got," and it's basically just some paparazzi camera guy who
So who
just.
were those guys talking?
It's the guy operating the camera will just run up to somebody and
no, in the studio. Then
they're producers.
They're the ones that cull everything and make everything for the website.
So they're the original employees or something.
Yeah, and they just go around the room and they've each probably got their own guys that work for them. Is that how it works? Each reporter has their own staff of paparazzi guys.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how they do it, but these guys, the paparazzi guys, are out all night. They work till like 6 in the morning.
Yeah, so these people have to individually call. They have to pick what they think are the best things to present to Harvey on camera for the TV show.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's almost like a pitch session for.
That's what it is. They
stories.
pitch to it, and you don't see the video. Like I said, I did host it. It was fun. It was a great opportunity. I had a blast. You don't see the video, but they pitch to you.
I like how they write it up on the board. Like, okay, cool, and they put it up there, but then they don't do anything with the board.
It's like,
they just write it.
It's like those cop shows with the murder board, where like if we could just get a few of these off of the board, like
put them in black.
If we could just get a Kardashian off of this board.
Yeah.
We're going to feel a lot better about ourselves. But they do less of like what I didn't like about TMZ, and maybe I just don't watch it enough to know, but they used to have these like wacky packages where they'd have like a nutty narration and and like really make fun of somebody for some stupid thing they did or whatever. And it seems like there's less of that. I think it's more just the bullpen and just going to clips of people they talk to. And it's,
like the guys in the bullpen have their own personalities.
TMZ is legit. TMZ broke,
Michael Jackson.
But they break celebrity deaths. They're pretty amazing with it. How fast they break them.
Remember when they broke that news about the bank spending all that money on Sheryl Crow?
Wow.
The bank that got a bailout.
Yeah.
And Harvey's like, I got a big one. And we're like, whoa, that really is a big one. That's like a big news story.
Yeah, they broke some news and. I think, like I said, I think the TV show's funny. It's well done. They crank it out every day, and there's no lag. It's like on the next night. Boom. It's very current.
One of those guys hooked me up once, the camera guys. I was talking to some like Eastern European chick at the Comedy Store. And it wasn't Jeremiah. It was somebody else. And he was like, hey, Ari, when you're done talking to her, can I interview you for TMZ? He had no intention of doing that.
He just did it so she'd be like, wow.
And I was like, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
The creepy ones are the guys not with TMZ. Like there's like independent guys out there just with cameras selling stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
To Hollywood TV. We'll buy your stuff. I don't know if Hollywood TV is good or what the deal is with that, but But
if somebody came to TMZ with something good, TMZ would buy it, right?
Yeah.
Or do they just treat it solely as news?
Probably.
I don't know. They have their own guys, and I know they identify themselves, so they're probably pretty serious on like what they get.
Huh. Jeremiah does that, right? He works for TMZ?
Yeah.
That's cool.
What's your opinion?
As far as I know, he does.
What's your opinion on like TMZ compared to like Extra or like Entertainment Tonight?
Those are puff pieces.
Yeah, those are like taking the story that TMZ breaks and then cleaning it up and making it for your mom and stuff.
But it's all just selling. Like especially like whatever network or studio makes Extra or the other one. Like they push their own shit in there.
You can just Meryl Streep says her latest role was her toughest.
Yeah, but then that's the thing is then they come back. It's so fast paced. Like I like how TMZ is fast paced, but and they do a little bit of a teasing. But like on those other shows, they'll tease something, and then when it gets to the actual story, the story's 2 seconds longer than the tease.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They give you no more information, no more visuals. It's just they just repeat it again, and then maybe the anchors will sit and talk about it for a second. So it's I really have grown to loathe those shows. So
Insider and
they're all just
Entertainment Tonight.
Oh, it's all just bells and whistles. Like things are constantly flying around.
Yeah,
it's like
it's cleaned
up.
The
morning zoo of
you're right.
Entertainment television.
TMZ's a little more raw.
Yeah, and and they also
it's MTV-ish.
They cover things that at least Extra and the other ones they stick to
Extra
super famous people. They every once in a while they'll do pieces on lesser knowns, but like. Fucking TMZ, they'll corner Eric Estrada coming out of a store and ask him some stupid thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think Extra cares about Eric Estrada anymore.
No.
Sorry to break that to you, Eric.
Estrada, if you're listening.
He's sitting at home watching the streaming. We've got 379 total views so far. Currently 242 people.
Tonic and
Kettle
and tonic or kettle and soda?
Kettle tonic.
Duh.
KT. Yeah, you know me.
Doug or Ari. So what do you think, like Eric Estrada? What does a guy like him do these days? Is it just public appearances?
I guess so, and
He's doing voices over sometimes.
that's a huge thing for people. Decent actor can just be
What was that underwater?
lots of different
show?
cartoon characters and stuff.
That was a good one. When they were all underwater on Cartoon Network, on Adult Swim.
Oh, C-Lab?
C-Lab, that was a good
And
one.
he was on it, Eric Estrada?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be kitschy, campy sort of gigs that he can get, and I think he still, shows up like in a commercial every once in a while.
Yeah,
or
he's done some
something.
commercials. I know that.
I saw him hosting the Red Bull roller derby. Not roller derby. Remember they raced down that hill?
Oh.
Sandbox.
Sandbox?
Boxcar
Boxcar?
Boxcar.
Yeah. He hosted one of those a few years ago. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird, like when you're a public figure and then,
You're enjoying another episode of Stoners trying to remember words. What's that thing that rolls down the street?
The only way I describe movies now is like they're the one chick from that movie with the guy from Superman. It's like I just hope people can fill in the blanks.
So what about movies, Doug? Does Redbox, is that good for movies? Like these dollar rentals? What do you think?
I don't do them. I would do them though if I was into that sort of thing. I find Netflix like perfectly manageable. I like sending in a movie when I'm done with it and getting a new one. I have a 5-movie account.
Yeah.
Do you do streaming
I never
or do you
need
pick
more
it up
than
physically?
5 at a time.
Yeah.
No, I don't stream them because because as much as great as streaming has gotten, it's still you can never, at least on my computer, because maybe I'm dumb, but I can never just watch something beginning to end without some sort of glitch or problem.
That's annoying. Yeah.
And it's hard to download the thing from Netflix and then watch it like on a plane. It's so much easier to just have the disc and just jam
The
it in
hardware.
there.
I like having the hardware.
Yeah.
You have Netflix, Ari?
No, I just steal stuff.
You steal?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's fancy.
How do you off the internet?
Yeah, torrents.
Wow.
I just got in the way.
You have to go all the way to Torrance to steal stuff.
Torrance, California.
If I had to go to Torrance to steal stuff, I would never steal
You would never
anything.
steal anything.
Even
Why?
if I was in Torrance.
Ari, so how
Torrance is out of the way if you're at LAX.
Yeah, it's down in the South Bay. Been down there. I've been down
What
there.
area code is South Bay?
626? I don't know anymore.
Where's
310?
Go Kart World? Carson?
That's in Carson.
Love Go Kart World.
Is that
5
fun?
different tracks.
Really?
Yeah.
They've added tracks
They're
recently.
crazy. It's
I've
Go
never
Kart
been
World.
there.
It's not, just Go Kart Rink, Go Kart Land. It's Go Kart World.
They've got the oil slick track.
They got the slick track.
What?
They got the.
Yeah.
They got
slide?
They got
Yeah.
a track with hills and stuff embankments. That you
It's
go
fun.
around. Yeah, Boris Hamilton flipped one on the embankment.
Are you
track.
serious?
Yeah.
I was just
flipped
thinking
it
about
clean
him.
over.
What's he doing now?
I haven't seen Boris in forever.
What is he in comedy?
I only
anymore?
bring him up whenever the subject of go karting comes up.
I think he took a break from stand-up possibly and just to focus on commercials and acting, I think.
He had one of
And
the
he's,
best open mic jokes there was about people needing to quit comedy. He goes, if you haven't made $7 last year in comedy, you have to quit. And everybody would moan, and he goes, is that too high a number?
Boris, he's one of the first guys I ran into out here.
Yeah, he's always fun.
Yeah, he had that good line.
Show's going to start in 10 minutes. Who needed to
Show's going to start in 10
I
minutes.
gotta leave at 11.
Who needs to go? Ari needs to go.
I need to leave probably no later than 11.
You're after me at the store.
Wow. This
After you? Okay, so then I should leave right
is
after
gonna be
you.
a short-ass show.
Yeah.
And then Benji and Esther are coming off. So
Benji and Esther are
Oh,
coming
great.
by.
We'll get some cool drama for no reason.
They'll be upset about something.
I had to do they make a Sam Tripoli.
They equal Sam Tripoli?
I wonder how much the listeners love when Brian talks off mic like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they look forward to it.
I think it makes it real.
It does make it real. And you can kind of hear you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
as long as you can kind of hear it, it's fine.
Good enough. Come on, C. What are you doing?
See?
Come on, see?
come
Don't you see where you're going?
What the fudge?
Oh, we just lost someone. Someone stopped watching
Because of that.
because of what you did, see? Oh, we're back. 269.
All right.
All right.
thanks, man.
269 people. Hey, you guys tweet at me. Tell me what you're up to. Why you're sitting around on a Friday night listening. I assume most of them are East Coast.
I think they just got done watching the UFC, and now they're all sitting around having fun.
Are there
with the
people in
boys.
Europe following right now, watching, you think?
Oh, yeah. Our highest markets are United States first, Canada second, and then third, England, fourth, Australia, fifth is Russia or something like that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's ninth?
Tokyo.
Walk us through it.
Not a country.
So, Doug, you do your podcast every week.
Yeah, I do a free one once a week, and then I have an occasional $2 one that Joe Rogan's always imploring me to take down.
Dude,
I don't have to do any ads on my show. My shows are completely ad free.
Right.
Well, he doesn't. When I say he's constantly imploring me, he always backs down right away. No, he says it a lot, but he always says.
Then he goes. Well,
then he always goes, "Do what you want."
Yeah.
Make it free, son. Do what you want. But it's still, it makes you think about it. But I just,
You go both.
I like not having advertisers.
Yeah.
There's such a huge.
You don't like advertising.
I don't mind it. I'll watch commercials and stuff. But I'm talking about in a podcast, like what advertisers are willing to pay for what you have to do. It's just not. You really
take a break.
You really have to kind of tell. It's almost like. I would do advertising if a product came to me that I totally believe in.
Right.
Like right now, I'm like, it's not really advertising, but I'm, talking up the Weezer cruise that I'm going to go on.
Oh, you're going to go on that?
Because
with Weezer?
Yeah.
What?
Because we're going to do a episode of the podcast on the boat.
Nice.
So that's a nice trade-off for me, that we sort of give each other publicity, but it doesn't cost anybody anything.
That's so cool.
That's really cool.
So that's
Is Weezer
It's
playing
going to be
there?
fun. Do you want to go?
Yes. When is it? I mean, I didn't know that's an option.
I'll go as a stowaway.
I'll give you all the details. It's January.
Perfect.
19th through the 23rd. So you'd have to
AVN.
You have to red eye out. Same weekend as AVN, which is
a
problem for Brian.
And maybe Brody.
Are they playing? What do they do?
What they do is it's a 4-day cruise to Cozumel, Mexico, and you go down and you. The first night they put on a complete concert on top of the boat, like up on the upper deck. Like some people are just hanging out in jacuzzis watching the band play.
What?
And
That's awesome.
It's sweet. And then everybody gets it. There's a big theater inside the boat that seats about 1,600 people, and the cruise I think is about 3,200 people total. So each person gets a ticket to one night or the other to see in a 1,600 seat theater. So it's big.
Pretty cool.
It's big for a boat, but small for the world.
Yeah.
For a band that big. You get to see them one night or the other. You get a seat in there. And then the other night, while they're playing, lots of other bands are playing all over the boat.
Wow.
Like Dinosaur Jr.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Jay Mascis.
What?
Sebadoh.
Oh, man.
Gene Ween. And
Gene Ween's going to be there? Are you fucking serious?
I'm not kidding around.
There's still tickets available?
Yeah.
I love this commercial more than Plague Vendor, which you can go to their Facebook page.
I like Plague Vendor.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun, and it's not like a normal cruise. There's not like a cruise director where they don't make announcements in your room at 8 a.m. about what time bingo starts. Like it's more of just a cool cruise but it's got the best things about cruising, which are the beautiful weather in January and just any time, day or night, you eat for free. You could get room service for free whenever you want.
Paid for it.
It's inclusive. You have to pay for booze. That's how they get you. Is that people run up a huge bar tab.
Do you think people can get pot on the boat? Or are they pretty strict about that?
I know that it's strict because it's according to the company that the cruise line and international waters.
Yeah.
Those things sort of dissuade a person, but people bring it anyway. And
I think they want people to bring in Coke and booze and not booze and pot and stuff.
Well, they just they want you to be. They will arrest you if
Really?
you're blatant and stupid about it. Like you can't just smoke out on the deck. Everybody does it in their rooms if they're doing it.
Right.
Wink.
Is there a jail?
Wink.
Is there a jail in the cruise?
There's a place to put
they usually
people.
do.
Yeah,
they usually have like a
Open
holding
waters,
cell.
there's no laws, right? Can't you just rape
What?
at will?
Open
Ari,
No,
you've taken this cruise ship to
you
a whole other
can't.
level.
Rape is still not cool, but as long as it's consensual, any age.
Oh, nice. I've never been on a cruise.
What's the website to go
should
to,
go.
Doug?
It's super fun.
On a cruise.
It's super fun if it's not like a regular cruise is fun, but these are really super fun. It's just go to weezercruise.com.
Weezer Cruise.
For all the details.
I'm taking a vacation the week before, but I would do that otherwise.
Oh, really? You just had bad timing?
Yeah.
Well, looks like I
Hey, me
moved
too.
up.
I'm going to be in Ohio.
Why can't you? It's too late to move your vacation?
It's Rio. I already got a ticket.
You're going to Rio?
Yeah.
Oh, to see the UFC fight there.
I might skip the fight. I'm not sure.
Really?
Wow.
It's like you in a place you might never go again. I did it in Australia. I was like, let me look at Sydney. I don't know if I'll ever be back here.
Oh, you'll be back.
To Rio de Janeiro?
I don't know about that.
Because it's going to be a pretty short trip, right?
Yeah, it's like 2 days. I might try to find like a soccer game or something.
Oh, and
I want to see that giant statue.
Yep, Sugarloaf.
I'm considering getting a hooker.
Is there a show involved? You can do stand-up?
No show. Just like straight, like chill out, I guess.
Rio's a pretty dangerous city right now, I hear.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into the shitty parts.
But yeah, avoid that.
I might go close to them.
The Weezer Cruise, there it is.
Yeah, and they put a lot of like kind of lesser known bands. There's one that I saw there through Twitter. Somebody sent me their video. They're called Sleeper Agent, and I like them.
Yeah, they're good.
I like them. Yeah,
Is
so
both
it's gonna be a
Dean
lot of
and
fun.
Gene Ween going to be there?
Dude,
Just-
Weezer has cool videos.
just
There's a
Gene
Love
Ween.
Boat mock-off. Is that the deal?
Yeah, they made an ad
good at shit
for
like
the
that.
website that's like. Wow, you're getting a good commercial out of us. The Weezer Cruise. Rivers Cuomo's your captain. They put him in front of a green screen and threw. Hi, little Esther. Brian Bell is your. Yeah, and I'm bringing two of my stand-up buddies, and they're going to be on the podcast with me and two members of Weezer.
Who else is going?
Brendan Walsh and Graham Elway.
Oh, nice.
If I would have known you were so into it, I would have asked you.
I do Blues Fest every year. It's so great.
It's a funny commercial.
It's so much fun.
You've done it before? With them?
Not with them. I did last March. I was on the 311 cruise.
Really? They had a 311 cruise?
Yeah.
That seems less interesting.
Well, it was interesting because 311 has such a young fan base that I wasn't aware of.
Oh, really?
I thought it'd be a more nostalgia kind of thing.
They were big when I was in high school.
Yeah. And stoner kids of today really, really connect with them. And they're like, they're still all in good shape and still put on a good show. And they're a jam band without the, songs going on for too long. And they have melodies and
that's cool.
Like their shows on the boat were really fun. I really had fun watching them. And I went to a couple of their shows since then. Like I've sort of, become friends with them since doing that.
I've seen them a couple times, like at K-Rock functions.
How many music festivals do you guys do?
What do you mean?
Play music festivals?
Oh yeah, I play those sometimes. I generally don't like it because to me it's just more about music than about the
I like it when
ins
they have
and
like
outs of stand-up comedy.
If they have like an inside small room for like
Like
an actual room.
Bonnaroo, they had us in a tent next to another tent where a rock show's going on. So there's
Not
no
good.
walls,
Yeah.
and it's just like you just have to scream your entire
That's
act.
not good. That's not
and the
good.
audience is also like, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for anyone who's trying to concentrate on spoken word while
Screaming
while
is
the
going
tent
on.
is pounding.
Yeah.
But other places do it great. Like the comedy at Bumbershoot in Seattle on
Is that
Labor
good?
Day weekend is amazing. I've done that like several years in a row. I probably won't do it this year,
started
but
They put you in the big theater
but I
there,
like
right?
it. They have a bunch of really nice theaters. Yeah, I was in a theater this last time called
Inman Theater?
There's the Intamin, the Charlotte Martin, and then there was another one that we did this year.
The Opera House.
Not
no?
the Opera House, the Wheeler Opera House, but yeah, there's like they got some nice sized venues and they're really professional and
You should do
as
Blues
long
Fest
as
in
somebody
Ottawa.
has a what? When's that? Where's that?
It's in July. It's in Ottawa, but they have a whole separate like it's an inside building for the comedy, and then it's like one of the 10 biggest festivals, I guess.
Have you
But
guys
they
heard
have-
of South by Southwest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing that this year. I'm hosting the Film Awards.
I'm doing it too.
You're going back? Mm-hmm. That was fun. I was there. We were there last year. I did one of your shows.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I saw you there.
I
Yeah.
love it there.
Everything in
that's
Austin
really
is
fun.
cool.
Yeah,
That's the fun part
excited.
of being a comic at a music festival is you get to
you get
see a
passes.
bunch of bands. Yeah, you get not all access, but fairly good access.
we went to see me and Big J Okerson went to see. I guess we saw Perfect Circle, and there was someone else we saw. But I was like, oh, hopefully we'll try to get close. He goes, dude, we're artists. We can just go backstage.
We're artists.
And I was like, really?
So you went to
We're
go
the
see Perfect
artistes.
Circle?
Yeah, we took mushrooms and saw him.
Have you guys ever done the
was fun.
Edinboro Fringe Festival?
I've heard of it. but
I
no.
haven't. It's a big commitment.
You're there for a month.
Or 2 weeks at the least, I think. And
You have to pay for it, right?
And you basically you rent a space. You like four-wall your own thing, and you have to get your own like promoters. And there's people that are willing. There's a woman, I think, that's willing to do that for me. But I'm still just like, I don't want to go over there for a month. Something where people might not show up, or when they do, they might not like it, and then there's bad word of mouth. I mean,
it's all about the
I think I do
there,
all right.
right?
I think I do all right over there, but I don't really have like a 1 hour, one man show kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't mind doing my podcast there, but that's like something I'd want to just do once, not for 2 weeks or whatever.
Somebody told me you have to big there. You have to like use the name of your show in your show.
When I was there, I saw Paul Provenza. That's I think how he started his Green Room show.
Oh, you went to Edinboro?
Yeah, I did. I went with a play, not with stand up.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, that's like when I first kind of like discovered comedy, and Paul Provenza interviewed Maria Bamford. It was really cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Over there in Edinboro.
Yeah.
And so you enjoyed that. What were you there? Like a high school play?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. And you went all the way over to Edinboro.
It's like they like accept like a few. It's like a rare thing.
Where did they put you up? Did you have to like?
We stayed at the dorms at I think it's University of Edinboro. It was
How many people were in the play?
Like 7.
Was it a known play?
No.
Was it Equus?
No, it wasn't.
That's a known play.
Oh, I pointed at me. Like,
I narrowed it down before you asked that.
Was it a known play? No. Equus.
It was almost going to be Equus.
Did you perform in front of people of Edinboro?
Yeah, we never got big crowds though. It's like so hard to get crowd, but there's so many shows. It's so cool, and that's like I saw so much stand up there when I was there. There's a lot of comics that do it.
Were you there in high school?
Yeah, I was 18.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And you can afford to pay the different door deals at all the comedy shows? Or do you get some sort of pass?
I think you get like a certain number of tickets maybe or something. I can't
Interesting.
quite
Seems like way too much work.
It
just
was.
for a view that you maybe can launch a European tour, maybe.
I talked to one
know.
comic that did it, and she was like, "It's crazy. I spent so much money and like didn't make it." She's like told me how she lost all this money doing it.
I'm just afraid of commitment. I just don't like the idea of like, because it's in August, right?
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of saying like next August I have to go out of the country for 2 to 4 weeks and just see what happens and maybe make as much money as I would make just being home, and also when I'm home I can like podcast and stuff. But I'd like to try to do something there
Montreal
at some point. I think I'm gonna do the podcast from Montreal this year. I think I'm gonna do. I know I'm gonna do the Vancouver Comedy Festival.
I'll be there. Yes.
It's in like 2 weeks, right?
That's in February.
It's like the weekend after Valentine's Day, and
that should be fun.
So I'll tape a podcast there. I'm really taking the podcast everywhere because even if it's not like a festival, I'll do it at a comedy club or something
nearby.
You know, yeah. So
are podcasts like just if you do one, it's good? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there only positives out of doing a podcast? Is that what you've seen?
I think so.
If it's bad, people just won't listen. But it's not like you come on TV where they have to like watch. They just don't download it.
It's like that is interesting. You don't get too many complaints,
right?
Because it's something that they had to go to the trouble of downloading. I guess every once in a while somebody will be like, "Oh, that was a waste of time," but they tend to go away quietly if they're doing that.
Yeah.
I don't get
it's free.
Or they say it's a bad episode.
I get a lot of people get a lot of they get really into analyzing it week to week, like it should have this, like everything should be striving for consistency in a format where the joy of it is that you don't have to give a fuck.
Yeah.
You get that? People will like reply back to you guys and say, "Did you get that too, Ari?" Like, "Hey, this wasn't that good," or "Why didn't you do
I'm
that?"
sure people are tweeting their opinions about this as we speak.
Get the pot talk, Brody. You got so many positive reviews off the one we did together.
I know, it felt good. Thank you, Ari. You got them every day. I've been getting them every day. It was a good feeling. We explored. We went there. I've done a bunch of podcasts. I kind of figured out what the deal is.
We explored.
Yeah, I was very comfortable. I think being comfortable is the main thing in an interview or a podcast, and just the setting of your apartment, the setting of the chair, all that was good. I mean, I feel the same way actually tonight. So maybe we'll get some positive feedback.
I haven't smoked pot in 6 days.
Is there a reason why?
I was trying to. If somebody told me you get super nightmares after 3 days if you're like a heavy 4 or 5 times a day smoker. So I've been trying to put 3 days in for 2 years now, and I haven't been able to make it there yet. So I finally got 3 days in, and then the dreams start going crazy.
You've been getting dreams?
So vivid and it's just so clear and wild.
Oh, I thought it was just a Seroquel I was taking. Oh, so it must be.
Do you like?
That is interesting because I hear that from people all the time, but when I quit Is there a lighter around somewhere? When I quit for 30 days
for the movie
for Super Jaime, I didn't really experience vivid dreams, but I have had times where, for whatever reason, like I got drunk or something and I didn't like hit the pipe hard right before going to sleep.
Yeah.
Where those nights I'll dream a little bit, but I'm just not. I basically don't dream for the most part.
That's one of the saddest things I've ever heard in my life.
Really, you love the dream part of going to sleep?
Maybe.
I like the
Just
being able to escape everything and sleep through it.
Maybe just the way you say it.
I don't need to be told a story while I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, I guess.
Especially one that I'm in.
You wake up
like
confused.
Dreams where you're like looking for something. Oh, it's so aggravating.
I have those. Everyone has those.
Yeah, and what's the point?
Can't find it.
Yeah, well, the point I guess is the relief you have when you finally wake up and go, oh, I don't even need to look for that thing.
Yeah, people have those dreams, right? Looking for something, packing for a trip, taking a test.
I have this recurring dream about in college that there was this math class or something that I started taking, and then after like the first class, I'm like, I'm not going back there, and I just forgot to drop it. I knew it's like an impending F at the end of the semester.
Oh, I have dreams.
And I still wake up going, okay, oh wait, I'm good.
There's no
F.
That wasn't real.
Yeah.
I had a dream that I fell asleep. I was doing stand-up, and I fell asleep on stage. And it was really scary.
Wow.
I almost toppled over last night. I was on mushrooms on stage, and I almost fell over like 3 times.
I had a dream that I said I went on Twitter and I had a gun. And it really happened. I was kidding when I said that, by the way. And I was off my Lexapro. I have to keep saying that just for another year. Then I move on.
Guns make things serious.
I know.
It's so weird. When I was at my most depressed, and the therapist was like, "Do you have a gun at home?" And I was like, "No, but I mean, that's better. I mean, I can do it other ways."
Yeah.
There's a hotel like 2 blocks away from me. I could just jump off.
Oh, you would jump off? I have no desire. I have no desire to do that. That's the one that commit murder on myself. I have no desire to do that. I want to let all my followers know that.
How grand can you make suicide? Assassinate yourself?
Murder.
I wouldn't do it. That's a weak way out.
My dad always says it's selfish.
So not selfish.
You think so?
But the people that love you, then it's like they're gonna always feel like they did something wrong, or
you're giving them a lifetime of regret for sure.
They're the selfish ones.
Shame on you, Ari,
for letting you come to that point where you needed to kill yourself.
No, but I mean, like, fuck, you're dealing with it, not them.
Would you? Well, you got to write a note. You write a suicide note.
Have you ever had a friend commit suicide?
Just one I knew committed suicide a few times.
A few times.
Different people I know committed suicide.
I knew this one guy. He was terrible at it. But when that happens to those people, doesn't it really bum you out? Or are you more like, well, if that's what they wanted to do?
No, it was like acquaintances. I was never like close friends.
Yeah, but even somebody I don't really know very well, I still, if it's...
I'm intrigued by it.
It's a weird thing.
It takes so much courage.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie, The Bridge?
I heard of it. I haven't seen it.
You'd love it.
Really?
They show the guys jumping off.
They just filmed the Golden Gate Bridge for like a year.
Oh, and they catch people jumping?
And then and it happens a lot.
Oh my gosh.
More than you think.
Yeah, and it's just weird. Like, it's so creepy watching them stand there thinking about it before they do it. Yeah.
They show that
it's
in the movie?
disturbing as fuck. Yeah.
You can jump off the Golden Gate. I've been there. I've been right there, and I had no desire to jump.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know.
But this is
it
before
into
everything
water?
happened.
Yeah, it's into
so
water,
hard.
but it's such a long drop that you'll die on impact.
But there have been a
There's
couple
no way to
people actually, like kids,
people have survived
the last
sure.
couple years, like some high school student guy jumped off, and he was fine.
And you hit it right, and you could be okay.
When I went on the Sydney Harbor Bridge, they told us about the making of it and how all these people died by falling off because it was like 1902 or something.
Yeah.
And one guy survived because they trained him to like jackhammer down, like try to straighten out and hit feet first and straight down.
Yeah.
And he did, and he was back at work.
Jumping off of
2
a
days later.
high board.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to just think positive, put out good energy.
Did you guys hear about the fires?
While
in
you're trying to kill
Hollywood?
yourself?
Did you guys hear about the fires? There was 19 arsons in Hollywood.
Yeah.
They're
last
just
night.
going around setting cars on fire,
Yeah,
right?
Did you hear it? I heard it from our apartment building.
I was hearing sirens. I was
Yeah.
hearing smelling things.
So what notice did you guys get? They called you, or what did they
Reverse
do?
I
911?
slept right
No.
through it.
They didn't call it.
Not dreaming.
It's like it was siren after siren after siren for like 30 minutes straight, and then a break, and then again for 30. It was like
cops
so
were going
much.
all over, and
Yeah.
fire
I was
engines
so
on Gardner.
scared.
You thought they were going to go to our place?
Well, I didn't know it was fires. Like I didn't just to hear that many sirens. Like I don't know what it was.
I can't believe I slept through all of it. They called me at 5:20 a.m.
Yeah, who called you?
A robot call from the LAPD. saying if you see any suspicious behavior, because lots of cars are being set on fire.
Well, it said it like that, really?
What neighborhood do you live
I didn't
in?
even answer the phone. I was just like, why is someone calling me at 5:20? I thought it was a robot call from the airline I fly on the most. Calls me in the middle of the night to tell me I got an upgrade or whatever.
Oh.
Do you have a landline? Did it call you on the landline?
On the landline, yeah.
Okay.
I only, that's only to let people in the front door. Is the only reason I have a landline in my apartment.
Yeah.
I think you can get that reprogrammed to your cell phone. I think you can
What's
do
that?
The thing to call in.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You can?
Do you have to call
I
in?
haven't done mine for like 6
I think
years.
you can, but
Let's
I
look into
haven't.
that, Esther.
Yeah. Because I don't have it.
Well, nobody comes over to my place anyway.
Same.
Do you guys live in the same building?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. With Marsha?
No, Marshall lives in another building. I just needed to find a place quick, and I went to a couple friends and looking for a studio apartment. Esther said, I think there's one upstairs, and I took it. I had to get out of the valley. I had to move after...
And how much do you regret those
That
words?
sucks, man.
I've been a good roommate or neighbor.
Neighbor.
He thinks you're roommates. Uh-oh. That's how it starts.
Aren't we like on one big house?
Yeah, I was walking down through the hall the other day, and this door's open. I'm like, Brody, I think I'm going to Runyon with, and you're going too. And then I walked in. And
Yeah, we went to Runyon.
Your apartment's nice.
It's all right. It's a little dark.
It'd be nice to live in an apartment with other people I know,
Yeah.
but not in a like room with them. Just like
Right.
Just in the same
Yeah.
building.
So you can like. Hey,
That'd
I'm
be
gonna go-
interesting, yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be more
it's
like
like
a dorm.
college, yeah.
Or like being comics out on the road.
Yeah.
Pretty similar to
It's
that.
weird that they called you, though, just to see, like, if you knew any suspects.
No, just to put out the idea to watch, because I guess they're just having such a hard time. It just keeps happening. They can't figure out who's doing it because I guess they just light shit on fire and run. I don't know how they do it.
But nobody got hurt at all, because it was Jim Morrison's house, or his former house.
Yeah.
But was that no one living there, I'm assuming?
I don't know if somebody was
I
there
bet
or
someone
not.
lives there. I bet they've sold it a bunch
It's
of times.
freaky. I'm going on watch tonight. I'm going to drive around the neighborhood. Yeah.
That's a great way to commit suicide. Just sleep in your car and wait for hopefully someone will
Yeah,
commit
hopefully
suicide.
somebody will light me on fire.
That's a new way, yeah.
It's a new way.
But I think dying from fire would be a hard way to commit suicide, because I think once you start to be on fire, you would just want that to stop so badly you couldn't just let it continue to happen.
Oh, God.
Well,
Yeah.
chain yourself to the steering
Or you
wheel.
would go like this.
Yeah, you'd blow it out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you could
If you're
do
being
that.
set on fire by a match.
My pinky's on
one
fire.
match at a time.
So you think people are kind of happy about this stuff? Like this, if this is like an echo thing, this guy lighting the fires?
No. There's no
Oh,
way.
he's doing it as some sort of
How
protest?
would it be echo?
That's what I'm hearing. That's like, it could be one of those
terrible
groups.
for the environment.
Well, yes, of
Yeah,
course.
setting a car on fire is
Tires.
bad for the environment, and also, you're attacking the individuals that probably have little or nothing to. I mean, it's not like they're doing it
I think
to
they're going
just
after
SUVs.
I think they're going after luxury cars.
Oh, are they?
That's what I heard.
Oh.
Really?
Well, then, how many luxury cars are sitting out on the street in Hollywood? Like, don't those people have fucking garages?
They should.
Not all of them. I don't know.
That's weird. Well, what I read was that they arrested someone for committing arson a few days before. So they think it's either a copycat or the guy is like, because those people have
Commanding
egos.
others.
He's like, you got the wrong guy.
He's
Yeah.
like Gerard Butler in
That
Citizen,
Jamie Foxx movie.
one
what do I forget
one
that
true
movie?
citizen, or Citizen of the Year.
Hey, I got to go on stage. I want to promote Minneapolis. I'm going to be at Rick Bronson's House of Comedy, January 25th to the 29th.
Is that in the Mall of America?
It is in the Mall of America. I've never been there before.
Oh my god, it's
That's
so
a good
no
gig.
You
tax.
been there? What?
There's no tax on clothes.
There's no tax?
Yeah,
Oh.
in Minnesota.
It's
Oh, really?
Oh, I
That's
thought you
nice.
meant Mall of America. It's like it's its own city.
They
It's
get to make
seceded
the
from the
rules.
Union.
it's so
It's
cool.
like the Vatican of
Is there a hotel
white
there at the
trash.
mall also?
I think so. I think it's in the mall.
Are you staying there?
Probably, unless he has a condo, but I don't know if they do. He didn't.
He's got the House of Comedy, but no condo. House of Condo.
House of Condo.
You
Yeah,
could stay
maybe.
at my grandparents' house.
Oh, that'll be really nice. Do they smell? I'd love to.
No, they don't. They're really clean.
Oh, that's good.
Minnesota's a good comedy state,
I don't
right?
think he meant do they smell dirty. I think he meant do they smell like old people.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No.
They just get that smell after a while.
Oh no.
It just happens.
Yeah, you can't help
What are you
it.
talking about, old
It's their
people?
furniture.
No.
Yeah,
they're
their
not.
their furniture's
They're
been
like
around.
hip.
They're hip.
They're hip. Yeah.
I mean, my apartment, the level I live on smells old. I think it's like musty, the
Yeah,
carpet.
there's like a must. In
and there's
the
no
hall.
old people there.
Did your grandparents come to visit you there?
No, they did. No.
By the way, right now Brian's on minute 7, and he's probably sweating.
Oh yeah,
Like-
he's probably stretching like crazy just to.
So
Because you got to go in there, right?
Yeah.
Did he open it in your second?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, there goes Ari Shaffir, everybody.
Ari, have fun out
Off
there.
to do a
So go for
set
the Jew stuff.
for the nice people.
It's on you now. You're the Jew. Oh, no, you are too.
I'm Jewish.
Okay.
You're going to do Jewish material?
No. I mean, here.
When it comes to ethnicity in the room right now, I'm the minority.
What are you?
Just a white dude.
Just a white dude?
Italian and Norwegian.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but not really either of those.
So, Doug, you think this podcasting craze is going to stay? It's not like it's not like
I think
flash
so.
in a
I mean,
pan.
just ask these 296 people that are currently watching what's happening right now. It's like they're probably like night watchmen or shut-ins.
Yeah.
and probably love compliments like that. But,
I'm a shut.
As long as the technology becomes easier and easier for the guy in the Midwest or the truck driver or...
Well, I think most people don't even know about podcasting yet.
Right.
Like, I think only 5% of the country knows what a podcast is, and 2.5% of those actually download them. I think it's a pretty small percentage, but they're a loyal bunch, and, and it's also... What I think helps build the loyalty is that it's just like hanging out. Like so many podcasts are just like,
you're hanging out.
Just so when I meet these people in person, they like kind of feel like they know me already, and they say stuff to me that makes me feel like I know them because they're familiar with, sort of. They'll come up to me and say, "I agree, Avatar was stupid" or whatever.
Right.
Oh, I thought Avatar was stupid too.
Yeah.
I hated it.
But when I first did my first couple 3 podcasts on Brian's network, Red Band, I was like performing. I was being loud. I was like right into Brody, and that like rubbed people the wrong way. Like some people liked it who knew me, and then I started doing the show Esther just so I could talk and just communicate, and that way I get so much more positive feedback.
Yeah, I could see
by just
that.
talking.
I could see that, but you've been, you've always been a performer that takes risks, and
right.
With your stage persona, you kind of put yourself out there in an interesting way that I think is mostly paid off for you, but it may not translate to a podcast.
Right.
But that's the great thing about podcasting is you can take as long as you want to find your way, and you just sort of find your own thing. But also I found that by completely ignoring people that said stuff to me, like in the early going, people kept saying, "Why are you playing these dumb games? Just talk about movies with your funny guests." And it's just like, to me, I always like something that's going somewhere. I like to digress and have fun, but I like to kind of,
have an end point.
Put on a show that's got a beginning, middle, and end that
right.
you could, that could be sort of tracked. And that's just my taste. And when people would say I don't like the games, I just, I kind of just struggled through and ignored them. And now it's just like if I got rid of the games, it would be it'd be like an uprising, or a not downloadings.
Gotcha.
Would happen by a lot of people because they like it,
Right.
That's cool that you stuck with it.
But I think that's part of what it takes is like with any. Like, whenever I'm at a party now and people are like, let's play a party game or whatever, if it's not one of the ones I already know, if it's not something I already know the rules to, doesn't it feel like work to learn the rules to a game?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like... And there's never any new game shows anymore. And when they are, the rules are really simple. Because just sitting around learning how to play some game that's not going to really do you any... it's not like you'll be able to use it in any other circumstance in life.
Right.
But that's the fun thing about the Leonard Maltin game from my show. The fun thing for me is I keep getting messages from people that they make their friends play it. They sit around and play it like,
oh, wow.
Like on game night or whatever.
That's fun. That's cool.
And it's super fun. So I'm proud to have put that out there. But at the same time, I understand anybody who tunes in and it just gets aggravated with it and doesn't want to listen to it.
Gotcha.
So that's why I try to do other podcasts as well, so it's not all just that. But now at my live shows, we play the Leonard Maltin game almost every show because there's so many podcast listeners that come and they want that to happen.
They want that. They want to see that.
So they sort of will it to happen.
Yeah, I've seen like nothing but positives from the podcast. Doing them with Esther, the one I did with Ari.
Yeah, I love it. Whenever I'm home in Chicago, and I have nothing to do and no friends there, I love just downloading 6 podcasts and just hanging out and listening to them.
Even I still have problems figuring out how to download the podcasts. Do I have to be my computer? Have to be hooked up? Does it have to be the phone? I don't know. I have problems with it.
Just iTunes. Right?
Just iTunes.
Yeah, that's what I just.
Does C write weird stuff to you on Twitter?
Who?
C?
The fake him?
There's a fake C hang on Twitter?
No, that's Yellow Band.
Is that you?
That's fake me.
That's you.
It's not me.
That's not really you?
No.
Yeah, Yellow Band is not you?
No.
Yeah, he writes to me.
Wow.
He writes to you?
Yeah, he just wrote, Doug Benson, let's pull a dirty trick on Ari Shaffir. You hold him down and I'll suck his dick. But then I read it and looked at him funny because I thought it was his account. I thought it was because it says.
Yeah.
So he just stole your name. He stole your nickname and your actual name.
No.
And made an account.
Well, the only account I use on Twitter is Saw Hung.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only one I use.
So he's a fake.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tweeted at
Weird.
me too. He was like, "Do you really do ballet?" And then was like, "You're so cute." And I was like,
What?
"Yeah, I know.
It sounds like nothing I would say.
I know."
Yeah, but he's speaking like it's from your point of view. He also said to me, "Would it be weird if I suggested we do the podcast with no pants?"
That's weird.
Yeah, that would be weird.
It's weird. I've never had an impersonator. I'm jealous. That's cool.
Well, I think you need a nickname first, and then.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I think someone will take it up. Maybe a dude would take it up. 'Cause I think
Yeah.
that's what,
So, Doug, are fans pretty loyal in a sense? Like, if you Red Band was talking about this earlier. Like, if you needed a mic or something for your show, if you put that out there, do they donate things to you? Or is that? I mean, I hear other. I mean, I'm not saying you need that or want that.
I haven't asked for that, but it's certainly in the realm of possibility. I've gotten some pretty cool things through Twitter. Just by someone reaching out to me, vice versa. I mean, I may have told this story before on this podcast, so I'll just blurt out the basic idea of it and not say the rest. I got to ride on the Goodyear blimp because.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, that's
I tweeted
cool.
something about the blimp, and they wrote back. Some guy, his Twitter handle is Blimp Commander, wrote back and said, "Hey, do you want to ride on the blimp?" Because they give people that will put out positive messages about Goodyear and the blimp.
Yeah.
They give people rides.
They
So
do?
me and 5 of my friends got to go on a 45-minute Goodyear
Was
blimp
it scary
ride.
at all?
No. I mean, when it takes off, I always thought it just lifted up, but when it takes off, it gets really, really steep. Like you're really thrown back in your seat going kind of straight up or like at a really sharp angle.
Yeah.
And then when you're out flying around, it'll make it go down, fairly steeply. And then when it lands, you all have to kind of jump out and run away from it because I guess because of the wind and stuff, it could be easy to get hurt or knocked over or something.
Did you fly over Los Angeles? Did you go all the way up
We went
there?
all the way down to Long Beach Harbor and flew around over that at San Pedro.
Oh, that's cool.
And then, it was like, which direction you want to go when we took off. And we told them, oh, let's just go down this way. And, it's kind of a short ride. But
Is the cabin pretty nice? Can you sit in?
It's just, it's like an amusement park ride or something. You just have like seats and.
Do they have a stewardess or is it not like that at all?
No.
Nothing?
I'll show you what it looked like.
Do you feel secure in there?
Yeah, I felt really secure, but I'm not terribly afraid of flying right now.
Right.
I've jumped out of a plane and.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, I don't see you doing that for some reason.
I know. It's
see
weird.
You sky jumped?
I like bungee jumping. I like roller coasters. I like all that shit.
I've never bungee jumped.
I hate roller coasters.
I roller coasters I'm fine with.
I'm not.
Bungee jumping's fun. It kind of bums me out that didn't stay a big fad.
There's this
the word fad
really
means
cool
it won't
bridge,
last.
I guess, very close to here. That this like abandoned.
they do it?
Yeah, that's like this abandoned bridge. That I guess it's like the most amazing one in Los Angeles or around Los Angeles.
I should look into it because I wouldn't mind bungee jumping again.
What did you like
It's
about
fun.
bungee jumping?
You fall, you fall and you bounce back up. It's just fun.
You're not nervous like going over the edge?
Yeah, that's part of the fun of it. Is that this is fucked up that I'm intentionally jumping off this thing just because a stranger tied a rubber band to my ankles.
Do you like doing it high, or is it something you just like? No,
No,
I do
like,
sober on that.
No, I like to be high. Yeah, I like to
Wow.
get ripped and go bungee jumping. I was high when I did the tandem jump out of a plane where you're attached to an instructor.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to spend all day learning how. I don't want to have to worry about when to pull the chute. I want someone else to do that. I just want to.
Did you shave before that, like
just
down
wanna
there? Did you
plumb
just
it.
clean it up a little? Do a little grooming down there?
What?
I just get it.
You
So
always
what was
take
more
it
what
to
was
that
more
place.
nerve wracking? The bungee jump or the jumping out of the plane? Tandem.
I'll tell you what's nerve wracking about jumping out of a plane is you're in a tiny plane, so that part of it is scary. it's scary to be in a plane that's just small and being batted around by the wind a lot, and so I was actually quite anxious to get out of the plane. Like jumping out of it felt less scary than staying in it. It was weird. It's been a long time too, so I should maybe try it again.
What do you do? Free fall for like a minute?
Yeah, I think like one of the things that was funny is they go, do you want to jump from 1,100 feet or 1,500 feet or something like that?
Right.
And I was like, the farther one.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know why anyone would want to jump from a lower.
Right.
Like I gotta get.
You're going to do it. Do it.
Gotta get this over with. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's like the first part of the falling. It just feels like you just have a lot of wind in your face. It just feels like there's 100,000 blow dryers pointed in your direction, and you're just sort of like you're basically just sort of splayed out, being hit by it, and it kind of doesn't feel like falling because you're being hit by so much wind.
Right.
But then they pull the chute and you stop suddenly, so that's when you get like a real thing in your stomach, like on a great on a roller coaster, the first big plunge, where your stomach leaves you. So that happens, and then you just sort of float all the way down to the ground.
And is that scary at all, or is that cool?
It comes down to how you feel about heights and being.
It seems like to me it would be like I love roller coasters, but I also hate roller coasters. Like the going up and the sitting about to go over the side. Like
drives you crazy.
The anticipation almost makes me not want to do it ever. But then right when you get past the one hill, then you're like, I fucking love this roller coaster. It's the best thing ever in the whole entire world. But it seems like bungee jumping, that is just too big of a hill for me. Like if you look at some of the roller coasters in Columbus, Ohio, like at Cedar Point and stuff like that, that's where I grew up. I grew up in Columbus, which is in between Cedar Point and Kings Island, which is two awesome amusement
those are
parks.
Both great ones I've been to just in the last year or so.
Yeah, and so like they had like the Magnum at the time, which was the tallest, steepest one, or whatever. Now it's not, and they had the Beast, which is like the fastest wooden roller coaster, or whatever. But
that thing's gnarly.
Yeah, but now it's like some of these roller coasters. I looked at Cedar Point's website. There's one that I'm like, fuck that. I will never do that. That just, and it's not because I don't think I'm going to love it. It's because I can't do that hill. I can't do the first hill.
Well, now they have a lot of those. I forget what it's called, what the words are for it, but they accelerate rapidly. They just shoot out. They don't go up a hill first.
Yeah, see, I think
Superman at Magic Mountain. Mm-hmm. That one's pretty.
Now,
you shoot straight out.
What's the deal with that?
Up.
Because Superman, they advertised it this year as being a new ride, but I went there and it looked exactly like the old ride. Did they just like repaint it and then decided to re-advertise it or something? Or do you know anything about that?
No, it used to be like this. Like the seating, the cars are different now.
Oh, they are.
And I think you might go up higher or something.
Oh, they added.
It's definitely different, but it wasn't like a whole new ride or anything.
Have you been to amusement parks a lot lately? It's kind of depressing. Like Six Flags here in Los Angeles was kind of sad.
What's depressing? The people, or that there's no people there?
There was people there, but not a lot, and it just seemed like you could tell the park was held together with tape, kind of thing. Like they don't have much money to spend anymore, and like half the places were closed down, and we were like, oh, what's this? Like a haunted mansion? And you're like, oh no, that's just a boarded up gift shop.
Oh wow, that's depressing.
And you could like see the paint still where it said, whatever Batman Begins
well, it
on
was
it.
Never those places are never the fanciest amusement parks to begin with. I mean, they're not like
fancy ones. I thought Six Flags was the fancy one.
Well, no, I mean the gold standard is like a Disneyland or Disney World where they create, they really keep it very clean, and then it's all this other stuff like Six Flags, and I love them, but they've made their whole thing is just that they have crazy roller coasters, and they keep coming up with, every year they have a new one that people want to go check out. And they're also big, like, and Knott's Berry Farm is similar to Six Flags, but it's, these places are all about the season passes now. They want people to just come back again and again. That are just
$10 more. Why not?
I know, exactly. Because then they get you again on parking. They get you again on food in the park. They get you again. It's smart on their part.
I've been getting the pass a lot lately. Benji, you could just have a seat right there.
Hey,
that
Benji.
Orange.
Brian, when should I go out and check on the show?
I'd probably even like 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay. 2 or 3 minutes.
My favorite thing is the water. Last time I got the season pass for the water side.
Hurricane Harbor,
because I live in Burbank, so it's like a 10-15 minute drive to get there. And I'm like, oh shit, I have my own personal wave pool, because no one got the pass to the water. Like that shit's empty as fuck.
Really?
Yeah. So I just sat there every day and went to the wave pool. I mean, I went there a lot.
Was it clean?
Yeah, see, and then I told this to Rogan. He goes, "You know how many fucking people die from parasites that go there and fucking, and all this other crap." And then now he thinks there's aliens in my butthole or something like that, swam in my ass, or like he freaks you out on anything you say that you love,
So he said there's parasites in the.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of cases of people getting parasites from water parks.
I can believe that,
but I don't think of that. That's why I think chlorine pretty much destroys everything.
Just sit in the water and don't drink it.
Right,
would be the first tip I would give.
Don't rinse it.
But I do admit I did see a lot of turds. I don't remember like a lot of like baby turds or something like that, because there's a lot of like little kids there.
They let children in there
in the wave pool. They're allowed to sit in the shallow end and stuff. Right. So there was a few times
in
where
their diaper
turds and it's funny because when the lifeguards see a turd, they have like this whole thing they have to do where everyone has to get out of the pool. And
turd patrol,
and it looks like they're just swimming around, but they're really collecting turds.
They bite into it and go, no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. It's just a baby Ruth.
Oh my god!
I want you to introduce Benji.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know him from the streets of Beverly Hills and the University of Arizona. He's an all-around good guy. Past regular at the world-famous Comedy Store. Say hello to Benji Aflalo, everyone. Yes, Benji Aflalo.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Benji.
Hi, Benji.
Is that a good intro?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was
great. Bruce Buffer-ish.
And congratulations on getting passed. I don't think last time you were here you were passed, were you?
No, I think I was.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind then.
I'm going to go check on the show.
Oh, that's the thing, is people don't know what the expression passed means.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's like at the Comedy Store, once you've put in a lot of time and you get good, then you get to be a past performer, and so you get paid and you get better spots.
Well, if you get better spots, but you get...
But past sounds like it's with a T, and you're saying that you used to be
enunciation.
a performer. Past performer.
Recently passed. Oh, like he's not with us
This guy
any
recently passed away performing.
Yeah, pass pretty much means you get paid shitty and taxed, and you get the same. Well, I guess you do get spots.
You sort of passed a test.
Get your name on the wall. You can park in the lot for free.
That's the best. Actually, parking in the lot's the best thing.
And the name on the
free
wall
parking's a
cool.
good deal.
Free parking's the best part for sure.
Yeah. Well, name on the wall. You could just put your name on the wall. No one will ever notice that.
Well, they all know. They would, because it's the same signature over and over again, but different names.
Yeah, how do they do that over all the years?
It's the same guy who comes and paints all the
He's done that since 1975?
I think it's the same guy who's been doing it for decades.
It's great penmanship.
Yeah.
I'm going to go check on the show. Stephen, Brody, Stevens.
And Brody, you're bringing up Little Esther.
I'll bring up Little Esther Potvitsky.
And how long are you going to do? Like 10 or 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, I'll do whatever you want.
How about 15 minutes?
Okay, I'll try
do 20.
20 minutes.
Stretching.
I'm going to try to do 15.
Stretching.
I don't know if I can.
Play the crap.
Well, I got to do...
Do it. We got to give him a show.
Yeah, I got to do maybe 20 at the most.
Okay.
I'm going to check in. Thank you.
20 sounds good.
So that's in 20 minutes. I'll go.
And then I got to go to the Comedy Store.
Brody Stevens. All things Brody on Twitter.
Had a good time, guys.
Come back in before you leave.
Yeah, come say goodbye.
Did you do Runyon today, Brody, before you go?
I haven't done it for 3 days.
Brody and I did Runyon the other day together.
So for the people not living in Los Angeles, Runyon is a thing that hipsters do.
It's not. No, it's not. It's a canyon where you hike.
Yeah,
it's
but
a terrible hike.
Mostly people with their dogs.
Yeah, it smells bad.
And it's mostly to be seen, right? It's like being like at a Pinkberry on Hollywood Boulevard.
No, I think it's mostly to get just because you want to walk up a hill and get some exercise.
Yeah.
You think that's?
But this is, I think, fat people use that as an excuse to say they've exercised because it's like a 25-minute hike.
Yeah. It's
and it's
an
dusty.
Well, you can go all sorts of different routes or whatever.
Yeah, there's harder routes. I heard.
Yeah, but it's definitely.
It's tough. It's hard for me.
I don't do it.
Okay.
What do you do?
I do yoga. I go to the gym sometimes.
Yeah.
Benji's on edge right now.
Why is Benji on the edge?
He's on the attack.
Runyon's a good. It's a good buddy thing, to go with somebody, just have a conversation while you're.
Yeah.
Do you go a lot?
Doing the boring walk? I've had periods where if you've got a steady, significant other, when I've had a girlfriend, we've hiked it together.
We should go sometime because I've never been, and I'd like to go with somebody that's a friend that we could smoke weed with and look at people and try to pick up girls.
That's an element I've never really brought to it, is the smoking weed part, because I haven't been haven't been in a while, and I always just since I live pretty close to it, I always just walk over there, and I wouldn't necessarily bring weed, but that's a good idea to have have a little smoke break at that bench at the top.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect. I bet that's where Katy Perry will be trying to work out and look better too. Because she's going to be on the rebound.
Are you
that
on the Katy Perry?
I'm on Katy Perry hunt right now, and I think I have permission. I don't know yet. I have to check with some people, but I think I have permission to have sex with her if I can.
They have it on the lower. It's like as you're entering the trail is where they have grass and they have yoga classes all the time, right?
Yeah.
They don't make people hike to the top and then take a class.
Oh, that would suck.
I've never tried the yoga. I want to, though. I wonder. Yeah, yoga outside creeps me out. I don't know why.
Yeah, people wandering by that have nothing to do with your yoga session. That's kind of it's kind of weird. You're doing downward dog, and they're like just trying to find a place to park their bike.
Benji, how was your holiday or holidays? Is it still going on for you?
It was fun. Went to my parents' house for a Hanukkah thing, and that's pretty much it. Esther came to my parents' house. My dad gave her money.
Are you serious?
My dad gave Sandy and Esther money.
What the fuck? Why didn't I get invited?
And it was a good time.
And then Benji bought a $40 pumpkin pie, and
$40 pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I did. I got peer pressured into buying it.
We all ate the pie. It was really good.
Where'd you buy a $40 pie at?
Earth Cafe makes a $40 pumpkin pie. It's pretty good. It's a good pumpkin pie.
I ate 75% of it.
She ate a lot of it.
You guys need to put paper towels down on your seats so you don't bleed on them.
What is that?
What the fuck?
Does pumpkin pie make you bleed? You're so weird. You always take it to a weird place. Right?
I can't say people get mad at me when I yell at Brian.
Really?
Let's talk about SOPA.
We had a SOPA discussion that I got a few different people writing me like they were so intense about SOPA and how you're so wrong or
What's
whatever.
SOPA?
Yeah.
And I understand it better now than I did then. But it's a piracy. Piracy is the P, I think. It's about basically the government trying to cut down on internet piracy, but in so doing, people are worried that the government will have too much control over the internet.
Meaning they want the ability to be able to censor websites if like you have.
I get it. Yeah.
If you have but the problem is that it's so. What's that noise?
I don't know.
It's so opened up that like if you have like a YouTube video on your page that has Top Gun, like a part on Top Gun, does that mean that they can take down your whole entire page because you have that YouTube video on the page, even though it's not your YouTube?
But you're into it, Doug?
The argument, no.
Doug was like, "I'm for it. They need to censor and edit it." The whole entire. I'm just kidding.
No, I said that I'm not worried about the government taking over the internet, but I understand that big governments, people are very much against it these days, and they don't want government to get bigger. But the point I was trying to make when we were arguing about it was that the internet is too huge for the government to shut it down at this point, even though.
So you're saying like let
governments
try,
in other countries have shut it down. Well, here's the good news, Brian. I don't know if it's as of today, but somebody tweeted at me that Google, Facebook, the 4 or 5 top biggest websites are all going hard back against the government and this happening.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
well, that's really good.
And one way that they're thinking about showing how powerful they are is shutting down for a while. Like, what if Google shut down for a day?
Are you fucking
That would get
serious?
a lot of attention.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, then we're totally fine.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
See, when I first heard about that, I was like, what if that goes through and this whole free for all is a thing of the past, and then that
like what if the internet becomes like a kiosk at like Sears to pay a credit card?
But then my argument was that the Occupy Wall Street's a great example of like when people show up and they have one person yell something and then the whole crowd yells it back when their other lines of communication have been shut off. Like just the internet and how people use it is just it's a part of our lives now that I feel is not ever going to change.
Yeah, that's
That it's even if the government tried to censor stuff. I mean, they already censor stuff, and look at what we're getting away with here.
Yeah, but I guess we should not let them do that anyway. Even though that there's going to be ways around everything.
The biggest problem with the thing, and I understand why people get emotional about it, is because there's going to what they're trying to eliminate is any kind of due process. They kind of want to be able to just shut shit down,
right?
Without even
like pulling your YouTube video for not even asking, like, "Hey, you sure you own the
right?"
rights?
But then that's for me as a so-called artiste. That's where it gets tricky. Is I don't really love people repurposing my stuff for their own. Even though YouTube, you're not necessarily making a profit off of the little films you make. I think that people not being allowed to use clips from movies in their mashups and stuff, that would suck for them. But I don't see that as a big problem facing our society compared with starvation and
I think
poverty.
I think what a lot of these YouTube videos and these mashup videos and stuff, that's the whole fun of being able to grab like pieces of Batman and pieces of Rain Man and stuff like that.
You do acknowledge that is
I get it's illegal, but
not your material.
I get that, but I also get that like, hey, you could watch that and be like, what was that 15-second clip of Batman? Like, I think within reason. See, I think there should be common sense laws. I think there should be like a Batman suing this kid because he used 20 seconds of Batman in a YouTube video, but they're suing him for $100,000. They go, hey, what should be the crime of this? And then you go on Twitter and you can vote for it or whatever. Not like Twitter, but something like that.
You think Batman himself would sue?
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Bruce Wayne gets mad when you show clips from Batman,
right? But the common sense law would be like, okay, yeah, you shouldn't use it. How about you pay $20? And they're like, okay, $20.
Totally
but see,
ridiculous.
what you're talking about is just as bad as what it's like. Anytime they're trying to regulate it, it's going to be.
If Red Band were governor,
it's tricky.
That's if he got fined if the people voted against him. But I'm saying the common sense rule should be the common. I think it should just be the common of all people. Like if you sat here and said it to all of us, like what you think should happen to this kid for using a 15-minute clip, I think all of us would say nothing, and then that's what would happen.
Hashtag nothing.
Yeah, but like I think when you're an artist,
you're still making it up to somebody to decide whether or not something is okay.
Yeah, but you're not.
So that's
if it's mass public majority,
just because you're not calling it government, it's still that's what government's supposed to be, is the mass public majority.
But it's
deciding
not.
What happens. Well, the system's been
it's fucked,
horribly corrupted. And
it shouldn't be a judge and 6 juries. It should be common sense. What if those 6 juries are retards? Ridiculous. And then and what if they're ridiculous humans?
Oh, great! Now you've got the mentally handicapped mad at us.
You know what I'm saying?
But I only got a couple.
I think as an artist doing like a YouTube video, that's fun to be able to take little clips and make your own little movies. And I think that's what the beauty of the internet is. And I think that yes, it's illegal for you to take 15 minutes of Batman. But guess what? If you're going to say that's not steal, I don't consider that stealing the movie. He played the whole entire Batman with nothing over it from start to finish. Then that's you've taken a product that they were making money off of. If you take 15 minutes or even up to 15 minutes, I think who cares? I don't know.
How are they, Ari?
They're very good. They're very good. I was trying new material. Some of it didn't go over.
He did really well. I watched. You were doing really good.
Oh, was that you in the back?
Yeah, I came in.
Was that chick?
There was no chick.
Oh, there's a girl back there. There's a guy back there that looks like you.
Oh, okay.
I tried to do a bit about being pro-eugenics, but...
Oh, it was good.
Yeah. Wait, who did... Oh, you introduced Brody? Uh-huh. Oh, you still got 20 minutes.
Yeah, he just went on.
Esther?
Oh, yeah, I was going to get a glass of water.
Oh, okay. You got 20 minutes for that, too. Take your time. You want to hit this before you go?
I tried to do new stuff also just because it was like I had some holiday bullshit I wrote down. And then I was thinking, like, you know what? I do this every week. Might as well just try a couple new things at the beginning.
How many people do you think come repeatedly, though?
I think this crowd might be a little bit newer.
Yeah.
This seems like out-of-town crowd, like Rose Parade.
Oh,
people.
Oh, yeah, because the Rose Parade's on Monday this year because for some reason they don't want to do it on a Sunday, New Year's Day. So it's on. I don't know why they. Maybe it's a religious thing.
What is that?
That goes way
back. But banks
back
are closed like Mondays also.
But anyway,
Monday's considered a holiday this year because there's no day off after New Year's Day.
Yeah. It's just like after Christmas. Did you notice everybody had the day after Christmas off?
That's so weird.
Everyone's lazy.
Yeah. But the parade is on Monday, and so starting noon Sunday is when people can start people just live on Colorado Boulevard.
Yeah. There's already people. They're already allowing RVs across the street. There's already people just sleeping outside and shit.
It's crazy.
Have you ever gone to the Rose Parade?
No, we were thinking about doing it this year though, and like having.
It's close to you, right?
It's right here.
Yeah. You gotta camp out.
Oh yeah, you should just do a show that night and just stay here
overnight.
and then just walk out there and watch the parade.
Yeah.
I'm not a parade.
They're supposed to be the largest float ever. This Rose Parade.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Does that matter to you at all?
Like, it's a parade.
Like just because something's the largest doesn't mean
you have no children.
you
don't
care.
have kids. What are you? You're an adult.
It's a parade.
You have stuff to do.
Brian loves anything that's record breaking.
All right. You guys are acting like I said it like, no, there's the largest one. I'm definitely going.
Well, you just acted a lot more enthusiastic that time on purpose, but the first time you were pretty excited.
It was semi-enthusiastic.
Yeah.
It was at a
you guys,
B plus level.
You guys, they're going to have the world's biggest float. You said it like we were in a commercial for it.
I don't care. I'm just helping Pasadena out. There are tough times here in Pasadena.
Oh, is it really tough times? Really?
Yeah. Did you notice I think I've said this before. All the homeless people here are old ladies. There's not really like 99% of the homeless people here are old ladies.
All the homeless ladies? All the homeless ladies.
All the homeless ladies.
All the homeless ladies.
We're going to get sued for doing that.
Ari's day 6, no weed.
What?
Yeah, we talked.
Oh, that's what it is.
Said it.
Oh, you said it?
Yeah, before.
All right.
Wait, and I thought you were just trying to go for 3 days.
I know, but then somebody online said day 4 to 8 are the crazy ones. So I'm like, all right.
For
I'm
the
here.
dreams?
Yeah.
All right.
And you know what I haven't gotten at all? Cranky.
That's what I prove to everybody with super high.
That you don't get cranky.
Quitting doesn't make you cranky.
What does it do then?
Being cranky makes you cranky. I'm cranky when I'm high.
Oh yeah. Just if you're
if something
cunt.
annoys you when you're high or not high.
I thought people get really short tempered. Isn't that
Why don't you sit down?
I guess you could be a little agitated because you don't get to smoke and you're frustrated. You can't relax. But it's not like there's any physical
like
withdrawal.
smoking cigarettes?
Yeah. It's not like it. I think anybody that's in a bad mood just loves marijuana so much that's why they're in a bad mood because they don't have any. But
yeah,
like I meet people all the time. They're like, "Oh, I haven't had weed in a few weeks. I really want some." You know, and it's like if your town didn't have cake for a while, you might really want it after a while.
I wouldn't be able
Or
to.
if your cable's out.
I get cranky without cake.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think chocolate does more for people's mood than marijuana.
Yeah, it's definitely a mood stabilizer.
You should make that the
know
name of your first album, Cranky Without Cake.
Thanks.
I figured out the best mood enhancer is I was dating this girl once, and I kept thinking of trying to break up with her, but she would do this thing. It's not to brag, but whenever she left in the morning, she'd give me a blowjob and then leave, and it just made my mood. The whole day would just go better.
That's a pretty good starter.
Yeah, it was just an awesome thing to do. And
You got a boner anyway when you wake
Yeah.
up. Why not do something with it?
What happened to her?
Eventually, she wanted a boyfriend. She knew I wasn't going to be that
Oh,
guy.
I thought you were going to say she got too full of cum.
Once it come dumpster's
One day
full,
she's just
you
like, oh, we're done.
Oh, that's gross.
All right, I'm going to the store.
Well, all right, thank you.
Yeah, pick me up a couple items, will you? I need
Ari has a podcast called The Skeptic Tank that
Oreos.
all you guys know about.
Available on
Go on
Skeptic
iTunes.
Tank.
Who do you got coming up this week? It was Brody Stevens last, right?
It was Brody Stevens 2 weeks ago. I interviewed a prostitute.
Who?
Talked to her all about being a prostitute.
Who? Like just a random girl.
Which one
She's a
of
high-class
Brian's
prostitute.
prostitute friends did you?
Do I know her?
No, how many prostitutes do you know?
I know a lot.
Not porn stars that do it prostitution on the side.
What's he
Did she wear a
talking
mask
about?
or
You
something?
know a lot
or
of
she
prostitutes?
A hooker.
No.
Hookers?
Oh, okay.
Did she get any gigs from doing your podcast? Like, did people call and be like, "Hey, say on
She's
the
got
podcast"?
she's got a second email address she wants me to give, just so she can if people want. She can,
What?
But she's got to review them first. She doesn't just take random clients.
On the erotic
Interesting.
She's like one of those
It'd be a great
damages an hour
podcast.
person.
You just get hookers, and then they're happy to do it because they advertise themselves, and then you're the hooker comedian podcast guy.
Well, just to tease it, what are like the top 3 things you think you learned talking to a hooker on a podcast?
This one, her relationship with her parents was interesting.
Like
That
they
they knew.
paid her to have
That they
sex
knew
before they
and-
molested her.
That they were okay with it.
Sort of had normal lives anyway.
She doesn't do much dating because she'd rather just hang out and be friends with people because she gets her fuck. Like that happens.
Obviously sometimes she's going through the motions, but it is possible for a prostitute to enjoy.
Oh yeah, she
being
enjoys
fucked.
it. She gets into it. She orgasms a lot. But she didn't used to. She gets
She doesn't kiss the dudes though, does she?
yeah, she does. She gives them the whole experience.
How did you find her?
By a lot of looking. Luckily, I have a lot of degenerate friends that like to get hookers. So.
Was it Spider-Man or Peter?
Spider-Man?
Peter.
Carlos Herrera actually helped me find her.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
that's funny.
A few of them was like, yeah, I'll do it. $1,000 For an hour. Like, oh no, this is just an interview. I'm not going to pay you for this.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's their time, right?
Yeah, it was really
So
great.
You gotta give them $100, and then while you're interviewing them, like finger them or something.
Yeah, at least I gotta get off or something.
How much did you give her?
Nothing.
Were like people taking out trash behind 7-Eleven during it? Like
no, we did it in my apartment.
Is it video?
Weird.
No video, just audio. She couldn't be on video anyway.
Did you try to work a discount?
But she also told me how to find hookers. She told me all the websites
adulteroticreview.com.
My website.
Cool.
Do you think she sounds pretty?
Probably all girls sound pretty.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Do you think people listening will just want to get with her just because she sounded good?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Is she pretty?
Is that out right
She's
now?
not bad at all. She's like a normal looking girl. She also, this is what I found, she saves the last 15 minutes of the hour for sex. She'd rather hang out and talk and just give you sort of the
but
experience.
isn't it up to the guy, or because I mean, from what I understand, it's whatever the guy wants. It's like if she wants to hang out, and be like,
but the ones that go to her, it's like they don't.
Yeah,
want
what
to
if he
just
tries
get
to
a
go
blowjob and leave.
tantric on her? Then like he hasn't even finished, and
She
then
expressed
she's
that.
like,
She
"Time
said-
is up."
She said some guys last like 45 minutes, and she'd be like, "I wish you would have told me that earlier. We could have started earlier in the hour."
Oh,
I knew this prostitute in Columbus, Ohio, and she would like. Most of her clients were old. That most of them were like super rich guys that had wives that couldn't have sex anymore because they're in wheelchairs or something like that, or things like weird situations like that, really unique situations.
Yeah.
And there was this one guy that worked for this huge food company. I don't want to say who it is, but he was like CEO of this like huge company, and like he would like have her come in like a fake interview, and the secretary would think it's like a real interview, and then like she would play the part of being an interview person, but he would like fuck her while like during the interview in his office. And
yeah, it's like a guy who's watched enough porn that he wants to be in those scenes.
in the porn, right?
yeah.
Wants to be in those moments where that just happens.
Yeah, it's sort of like a therapist. Like, what are you into? Then I'll do that for you.
Yeah. So weird.
She gets a lot of people at work, daytime stuff, because then they have an excuse to be gone, like married men.
I had a friend who slept only with hookers, and he preferred to go in the morning because he thought they would be cleaner and that he wouldn't get a disease.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh, that's
yeah.
totally makes sense.
Afternoon disease.
If disease
Unless
only lasted one day, that'd be an awesome.
Unless she just woke up and she still had like the cum overnight, like in her, and it was like cooking overnight. Right.
Yeah.
She's not even asleep
been
yet.
in her
That was the thing about like
overnight.
the street hookers. When I went to Tijuana, I remember like getting a girl, and then it's like she would shower and go back down. And you're like, oh, you're going for another guy? That's like, but then you're like, oh, there was another guy before me.
Esther, you should probably be
You're
in
like,
there. He's
oh.
probably getting off stage right now, and bring up Benji next.
It's been 20 minutes?
No way.
I think he was joking about 20 minutes
No, he wasn't.
because he said he had to leave it by 11. It's 11:10.
It's been 10 minutes. He's been on. All right, I gotta go.
All right.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. So Benji, Esther, why don't you or Brody will come in here when he gets off stage. Yeah, once you go that way, just.
Bye, guys.
Ari
Bye,
Shaffir,
Ari.
Skeptic Tank. Check out
Have
that.
a good set, Esther.
I think I'm going to check out that podcast. I want to hear him talking to a hooker and hear what she has to say.
It sounds interesting.
Have you've been? You probably won't even admit it. Have you ever had a hooker before?
I will not admit it.
All right. I mean, I've never had one, but I think if I did, I think I'd be like, yeah, I've had a hooker.
Yeah, Ari's like totally open to it.
Yeah.
No, I
Benji,
haven't.
have you had a hooker?
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
Have you had many or just?
Was it like a
few?
party or a present or something?
Less than 5.
Less than 5? Was there all of them on the same line of quality, or is there like some that were just amazing and some that were just like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm going to fuck this thing?
One time I got a hooker in Israel, and she was really pretty, and I was like 17, really young. And that was really cool. And I remember I sang her Jack Johnson on my acoustic guitar, and I thought it was so cool.
Wait, you were trying with a hooker?
Well, I was just like, I was just like a 17-year-old
It's effortless,
romantic
man.
about to shoot up a hooker, and I was like, yeah, I'll show her. I can play acoustic guitar, sure.
Right.
I was an idiot. I was 17.
Yeah, if
and I
she's
took
really
an acoustic
pretty,
guitar
that's
with me to Israel.
you'd still get sort of caught up in that, I guess.
Yeah, she was really pretty. And then the other time that was a significant time was Amsterdam was really interesting.
What, like interesting? Like she had a penis?
No, just the whole experience,
whole
the red
window
light
shopping,
district.
yeah.
I tried to resist it and I couldn't do it. I like walked through it like once and I was like, nah, not gonna do it. Walked through it again. I was like, yeah, I gotta stay away from here. And then like by the 4th walk around, I caved in. And she was also really pretty.
Well, that's the thing. You get to look at them all in the windows. It's It's an interesting experience.
Are they taking that away with medical marijuana though?
I don't think so.
No, they're keeping that. They're keeping that.
I think they have to if they want any tourism at all. But it's such a bizarre. They're having a really big fight over there because there's some people in local government that don't want the tourists to have weed, and some that do, and it's a whole mess. I know I'm not going to visit until weed's legal again because. As much as I like looking at prostitutes in windows, that wasn't really the
main draw,
the main sell for me.
Now, did Anne Frank's house is there? Did they have like?
I never went. I've been there twice and I didn't go.
You didn't go?
Mm-mm. There's something about going inside there that doesn't appeal to me.
Imagine being high and going there though.
Yeah, that makes it even worse.
I think that'd be awesome. Duncan Trussell went there on shrooms, and he was peaking when he went through that place.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The
line was too
interesting
long.
approach. Yeah, the line was too long.
Did you ever see the movie Anne Frank's Blouse?
I wanted to find a more hidden, attraction. I don't understand your question.
Did you ever see the movie The Cove?
Is that the one that Fisher Stevens produced?
I'm not sure.
Won an Oscar probably for best documentary or something.
Yeah.
It's about dolphins.
Yeah, well, it was pretty much
Japanese.
Yes. Yeah, it's
I
about.
have not seen that.
The guy that created Flipper
Seems
I
like a bummer to me.
I was pretty wasted when I saw it. But the guy who started Flipper.
I saw Dolphin Tale.
Dolphin Tale. You saw Dolphin Tale, but you wouldn't see the Cove. The cool thing about the Cove, though, there was like 10 minutes in it that made you want to cry.
It's brutal.
It was horrible. Like they showed this little baby dolphin that had been like knife to the back of the head, swimming, trying to escape to the shore, like swimming, like you could just see it was like frantically running away from the bad guy, while blood's just pouring out of, and then suddenly it just sinks, and you're just like, oh, you don't want to see dolphins get hurt for some reason. But what was cool about it is
adorable.
Yeah, they're. But what was cool about it is like they got like these guys from Industrial Light and Magic, and the whole cool part about it, they got these like hidden HD cameras that they made it look like rocks.
I heard
and it was
well
like this.
Done.
Yeah, it's like this whole mission,
like an action movie.
Yeah, it was like a Mission Impossible almost type movie, and then mixed in with a documentary about horrible whale killings. And it really makes you question. Like they were serving dolphin meat to Japanese school children, and then like you're watching all this shit. Like this is really happening. And then they showed them going to Tokyo and showing people on the street. Like, did you know this is happening? Like people don't do that in Japan. What are you talking about? So it's not the whole country, I guess, but but so anyways, I check it out. It's on Netflix called The Cove. It's pretty fucking awesome. I'd recommend it.
Yeah, check it out, you guys.
Are you addicted to Netflix? Or are you guys like Netflix nonstop? Or
I get 5 at a time, and
you're doing the DVD still.
Yeah, we were talking about. I guess you were on stage when we were talking about. We went off about it for a while about how I like the physical DVDs better than I'm still not down with the streaming.
Really? Why?
Because it never, we
already covered
we
this.
watched something.
Right.
No, I was just gonna say, you and I were watching something that was streaming earlier tonight. And how good did that work out for us?
Oh no! Oh no! Well, I mean, like,
but I mean, even full blown legal streaming, there's still too many issues. Like, I'm just not good enough with computers to get around.
Do you have an Apple TV?
No.
Do you have wireless internet in your house?
I do. Yes.
All right. You need to get Apple TV. It's $99.
Okay.
And it is the easiest fucking thing. I got it from my dad. And he figured it out like super quick, and he still has a VCR. But
I don't do a lot of spontaneous movie watching, so the whole system of sending it in and getting a new one isn't that hard for me.
Yeah, but imagine just laying back going, I want to watch every single
I would never
episode.
do that.
Like, I just got started watching Sons of Anarchy today.
Yeah.
And, I've never seen that. That was pretty badass. I only watched the first episode, but...
I see. I do not, Brian. I don't need more access to the world of things out there that I don't have time to watch.
Yeah.
Like, I would watch. Like, I've seen some of Sons of Anarchy and I like it, so I would watch all of it. And then next thing you know, I'd be like, "Oh, that was a whole day." I just.
I love that losing a day.
I got things I need to do. Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun. I recently watched Kill Bill 1 and 2.
Oh, you went to the movie theater, though, right?
In a theater, yeah.
How was that?
That was super fun. Super fun seeing the whole thing all in one sitting.
I always hope I get the flu just so I can like have a totally guilt-free.
Yeah, I know.
Shame fest.
Then
on
you
my
feel
laptop.
fluey the whole time.
I know, but it's like 12 hours of everything you wanted to watch.
Yeah, you do get shit done viewing wise when you're sick like that.
Did you guys have the cold yet of this season, which was just like nonstop dry coughing for 3 weeks?
Oh, that's what I had?
Did you have that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
It was awful, but it also, I liked that it never became, I never had like runny nose or fever.
Yeah, but everywhere you go, people think you're sickly.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not sick, I'm just coughing nonstop.
Yeah. So you had it also, Benj?
I have it often. It's like every year.
Yeah, it's still like I thought I had it. I got rid of it, and then last night, out of nowhere, I was just coughing nonstop for like an hour, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And it's horrible coughing. It's like dry and like blood throat type shit.
It's also been really dry.
Yeah. Have you noticed?
We just haven't had any rain.
Yeah, it's been dry, and then there's so many particles in the air because everything gets so dry and dusty and windy, and it's just you cough, man. It's all.
What? They made Blue Crush 2? You guys ever see Blue Crush?
No. What was that?
It's a surfboard movie with a bunch of hot chicks.
Oh.
Ari just sent me a text saying, "Do you have a tan car? Some dudes were setting it on fire. I would have told them to stop, but they seemed like they knew what they were doing."
Did you guys already discuss the Hollywood fires that happened last
That's
night?
why he texted me that. He's trying to make me think they're lighting my car on fire outside.
What if they were? Like, Rose Bowl for life.
I don't think he would make the text that
I
wacky
know.
if it were true.
Yeah, sure.
And also,
Look at you, Sherlock.
He didn't remember. He's been in my car and he sort of remembered the color, but it would have sold it better if he'd have known what kind of car it was. Because if he's watching them do it to it, he'd go, "Do you have that?" Yeah,
whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm a regular Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. So the Hollywood fires last night. I guess. Well, I just briefly read this. There was a bunch of people just catching houses on fire, and one of the houses was like Jim Morrison used to live there. Or
One of
something.
the houses,
it was mostly cars, I think.
Well, what he did was he used places that had underground parking, and he would set the cars on fire in order to make the whole building or structure to go down.
Oh my God!
He got over a dozen places in West Hollywood and Hollywood.
Jesus.
And I heard that today, like every cop is out there tonight, like looking for this guy.
Oh yeah, it's got to be intense.
Yeah.
Apartment buildings and houses, I think.
They called me at, they sent me a robocall at 5:20 a.m. saying there's please be on the lookout. Yeah, no, it's pretty intense. But I thought it was all just cars parked on the street because it'd be easy to set them on fire and then be on your way, But if he's actually doing it in parking garages, then I'm a little bit more concerned because I park in a garage.
I'm more concerned that they have no idea. Like, when they're sending cops everywhere and doing robocalls, that just means like, fuck, we have no idea. We have nothing.
We're just looking for a tip.
Yeah.
They just want somebody to call and say, oh, this guy, I know seems
I've never had a robocall. So is that where they just call? They know your number. They know you live there. They broke some law to get your phone number, and they just call you.
Well, they just why can't the local law enforcement have everybody's phone numbers?
Are you talking about home?
If it's just the number and not your personal information? Yeah. It wasn't my cell phone.
Oh, you guys have home phones. Weird.
I have a home phone because I have to let people into my building when they come over or packages.
Have you ever thought about Skype? Using a Skype number? Instead of having a home phone, Skype, you could get like almost like a free number. It's like $8 for 3 months or something like that.
Yeah, it's awesome the way every problem I have. Brian Redband always has an amazing thing that I should buy and hook up and
it will save you a lot of money, is what I'm saying.
Save you money from what? What am I spending money on?
And you can let people in when you're like in Vegas. You can be like, oh, you want to come in? I'll call you in right now.
I'm not going to let people in when I'm in Vegas.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be fucking at your house. You can be in the porch, laying on the ground, having a heart attack or whatever.
Well, that is the best time to let somebody in because they might be a doctor,
right?
But yeah, it's just, but it's what I mean. It's just more stuff that it's just not my thing,
Have you ever been into it?
When they call me and they're outside my building, I let them in, and it's not costing me that much money.
Have you ever been up to the Joneses with like technology and all that shit?
Yeah, I guess for a while.
And you gave up. When did you give up?
I was an early adopter of the VHS tapes. I used to tape stuff a lot when I was pretty little, and then,
Here's what I'm asking.
To give you an idea, I still don't have a Blu-ray player.
What?
Yeah, because I'm not. You'll see, Brian.
So you don't
your
like-
priorities will
They're
change.
pretty cheap now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're cheap, but then you got to fucking hook it up, and then you got to buy Blu-rays when I already have 1 million DVDs.
But you can play them on the Blu-ray. Well, can you? I can't remember.
I think they have machines that do both.
Yeah.
You can get one that just plugs into like a laptop or something through USB, and they're like $80 a month.
Yeah. I'm sure it's not expensive. I'm just saying I don't really. The technology I like seeing movies in theaters anyway, and I know how to go to the best theaters. I know how to see Ghost Protocol in IMAX. You know.
Right.
So I don't really need to know how to have the best presentation in my home, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm still out there doing it.
If can you tell Brody to come back in if he?
I
if he's
think Brody
Like,
might
that'd
not
be a
coming
good
back
thing.
because Esther told me to just.
Well, yeah. Just tell Brody to say
If
goodbye.
I see him, I'll tell him to come back.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
But here's the question I'm asking because like I get paranoid that I'm going to like there's an age, there's an age when you grow older you start liking things you don't like spinach and like out of nowhere I start liking Parmesan. I hate Parmesan most of my life and now I just like Parmesan for no reason.
Yeah,
I want to know if like
just things just sort of change. So you try them in a different light for some reason, like I'm definitely like when I was a kid I hated spinach, but now as an adult I like it, but I still hate most vegetables.
Right.
I'm not like I didn't get turned around on all of it. But yeah,
I'm afraid that I'm not going to.
You
I
can
don't
get
want that.
set in your ways, but fortunately for me right now, my ways are an iPhone and Twitter and Netflix and.
Come here and say goodbye.
Yeah, come in here and say goodbye, Brody. Come on in and say goodbye.
Yes, 2, 3. Brody Stevens had a nice set in there. They were cool, good audience. They let me be me.
Were they Rose Bully?
I wouldn't say Rose Bowley, but they were nice.
Yeah.
And they put up with me. They let me
Experiment.
not experiment, like just talk and boast.
You're saying
a little bit.
they're bored, docile locals.
No, they were from all over. San Diego, Huntington Beach, some San Gabriel, all over. And they were open to me doing my stuff, and they warmed up to me. I got laughs when I did my jokes. I got some laughs when I did some other things.
We're in the San Gabriel Valley, right?
Yes, we
That's
are.
where
It's
Pasadena
very the
is.
end, right? Is it the end of it? Or
Is it an
This is
end?
the beginning, I think.
Oh.
Because then Sierra Madre
Sierra
is also.
Madre, Arcadia.
Does it go as far as Irwindale?
Yeah.
Wow, it's big.
I think that's considered San Gabriel Valley.
Is San Dimas, is that too far?
I think that's on the far reaches of the valley.
Okay.
Like where the 57 freeway is.
All right. We got some people looking in here for something.
Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year from the Ice House.
Um,
What does that guy do?
security.
Oh,
Nice. So is that his way of saying he's done for the night?
I think
Maybe his car's on fire.
Yeah, I don't know what. I think he wanted something, but never mind.
I don't like that they're setting cars on fire in the garages of buildings.
that's not cool.
That's really because modern buildings these days you don't really have to worry about coming home to your place being on fire. but now this guy's figured out a way to make you worry about
Were
it.
there more car fires tonight?
No, it's just he was telling us that that's what they're doing. I thought they were just all on the street cars. I thought there was just a couple that were in buildings.
He got into some carports, I know.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Is this guy gets inside somewhere, so that it endangers the entire building.
Great.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
I was talking to this old guy the other day, and I was like saying, "Oh, I like Pasadena a lot," and he's like, "You don't ever want to move here." And I'm like, why?
Why?
He goes, because that's where all the smog collects. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, it's one of the smoggiest places in the world for sure.
Pasadena,
they have
yeah, it
terrible
gets
air
smoggy.
quality here. Terrible.
Oh.
Terrible. It's also kind of, I think it tends to be a lot hotter. It's like valley heat in the
Gets
summer
warm.
and stuff, so it's extra hot, and that traps in the smog. And,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, but
Damn.
when the weather's nice here, Pasadena's beautiful, and as far as just the people and stuff, everything seems cool. It's kind of funny how it's so close to Hollywood and L.A., but it
so
still
far
feels
away.
like it's a
like
different
middle America.
place. It just feels different.
A lot of old money out here.
Yeah.
Conservative, possibly, I'll say that. I don't know how
Yeah.
many hip clubs are out here in Pasadena.
Well, I don't know about that because they also 2 doors down they have a college for growing medical marijuana, and there's marijuana leaves everywhere, and old ladies and like people everywhere. Come on in,
Dude, I didn't even know that was there. I was just walking down Colorado, approaching this street that this club is on, and I got this big waft of of pot smoke in my face. I was like, where the fuck's that coming from? I looked around because there's nobody around.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that cool? And it's if you look inside, it's not like hippie kids. It's like older.
Yeah, I just think it's a chill.
That's cool.
It's little old lady from Pasadena. It's
yeah,
just a
and you're
fucking
close.
chill
You're
place.
close to downtown. You're close to Hollywood.
They have the Arboretum that's very nice.
Yep, a lot of wind damage recently.
I think I made out with a girl there once on a school trip.
Ooh, I never did the L.A. Arboretum when I was in high school here.
What's that?
Where they have the Arboretum.
Oh, but there's something, Pasadena something. There's some sort of big outdoor thing. I don't think it's an Arboretum.
Oh, no, you're talking about the gardens, the
Huntington
Library
Gardens. Yes.
And I've been to it a couple times, and it's awesome.
There's a lot of grounds that covers, right?
Yeah.
It's all very pretty.
It's pretty much, it's a library, it's a museum, and they have some of the best paintings. Like, you go in this museum, you look at these paintings, and you're like, wow, that's the Blue Boy. I've seen that painting, all the time. And there's like famous paintings everywhere. And then you go into these gardens, and there's like all these gardens. Each garden is like, this is a Japanese garden. This is a African jungle. And it's kind of cool. It's great when you're high.
Yeah, there's a lot of good spots to sit down with a girl and hold hands.
Yeah, and kiss.
Pasadena's cool, yeah. Speaking of Pasadena, I do have to leave it right now.
All right.
I got to run into the city. I want to stay.
Good luck getting out of Pasadena tonight. It is on lockdown. There is a
Yeah.
parade coming, and
Yeah.
if you don't have roses
Yeah.
or bowls,
I've
you're
got
in trouble.
I've got a white Toyota Avalon. Hopefully that will get me through.
Where are you running off to do a set now? Maybe
Comedy store.
Maybe one of the 334 people that are watching us on the live stream will run over to the Comedy Store. Is it what you want? You doing the La Jolla location?
I'm doing the original room on Sunset Boulevard in Western Hollywood. My spot's for 11:30, but will probably be pushed back. If I miss it, it's okay.
Is your name on the wall?
Yes. It's been up there for a while.
How much would they yell at you or get mad if you just didn't show up at all for a set?
Just not calling, just flaking.
Just not show up.
Probably a little, but not much. It's happened before out of confusion. Like, I didn't realize I had a spot. That's happened before. I mean, they're pretty chill with that. I mean, there's always comedians hanging around.
Yeah, there's always somebody ready to go on.
Fuck it, I'll miss my spot.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No, I would, but I want to perform. I need to perform there tonight.
Why don't you just go perform again here?
I had a good time in here.
Yeah, do this set again.
Yeah.
See how it goes over a second time.
You guys like me. All right.
I'm also just not dying to go on.
Oh, you're not dying to go on? I did 18 minutes.
I'm sure I'll have fun once I'm out there, but I'm just enjoying sitting back here and
yeah, it's relaxing, right?
Getting my crazy eyes going.
Red Band, Doug, thank you for letting me be involved on another Ice House Chronicles.
Yeah, you got to come back in here next week and do your own before I go to Columbus, Ohio. I get to go.
I'm going to do a show out in Columbus, I think, in March.
Really? I think there's UFC in March. sometime.
Oh.
In Columbus?
Double dip.
I think there's maybe I'm not supposed to say anything.
Uh-oh.
When do you think it is?
I don't know. I would say Marchy.
I got a big March. March is already kind of booked up, but I would love to go to Columbus and do a show.
They used to do it every. All right, Brody.
See you
later.
guys. Positive energy. Thank
Bye,
you.
Brody
Yes.
Stevens.
They used to do it all the time in Columbus, Ohio. Every time the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic was in town, which is a thing that Arnold did once a year with bodybuilders. With bodybuilders, and they would have like that the same weekend as the UFC, which was like the craziest UFCs ever because it was just bodybuilder guys and girls at the UFC.
I love it.
Yeah, it was some of the best elevator action ever at the hotel too, downtown.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I'm going to Columbus January weekend of January 12th, and which is like the worst idea ever because that's like the worst time to go to Ohio. It's just going to be fucking cold and ice and snow and blizzards.
When?
January 12th weekend.
What's that for?
I didn't go home for holidays because I was waiting for my sister to have her baby, and she just had it. So now,
yeah, the weather won't be great. I'm holding out until I can't wait to go back there though. I was just there in
the Funny Bone.
Yeah, I have a great time in Columbus. I really enjoy playing there, so I'm psyched to go back some point next year. What's happening?
What's that?
Watch. He's touching his watch, saying how much time left.
Probably like 30 minutes. Okay. Yeah. And
oh, he wants to know how much show is left so the servers know
right,
when
right.
to do last call and stuff.
Right.
This is exciting. So, who's bringing me on?
Benji.
Does he know what to say?
Yeah.
I don't think I've met him before.
Oh, he knows who you are, Doug.
Okay, good. And and is Benji on yet?
No, I think he just left to wait for Esther to get off. But is he on?
Dude,
yeah, can you go check?
You need to set up
a monitor. Yeah, I know.
That'd be really good to just be able to see what's going on.
It's just me though. I need help.
Well, dude, you want me to you want me to install Skype and all this other shit in my stuff? Seems like you got a pretty elaborate setup here. I mean, we're sitting here watching Blue Crush 2. Why can't we just be seeing, what's going on in the showroom?
Yeah. Did you see Blue Crush 1?
Yeah, it was all right.
It was all right.
Yeah, what's her name? Bosworth looks good in a bathing suit,
I like surf movies for some reason. I like surfing's one of those that I never. Have you ever tried surfing at all? I mean, I've lived by this ocean for 8 years and I haven't fucking done.
I grew up in San Diego, so I spent a ton of time at the beach, but I didn't ever really pick up surfing. I just mostly, boogie body surf,
boogie
board, body surf kind of shit.
Yeah,
but that's another area where I don't really go into oceans anymore. I used to do it all the time, and used to be super ballsy and go out way too far and shit and have some close calls.
Really? You had close calls?
Or like down in Mexico, going in the water in Mexico, down at like Rosarita Beach and shit.
Oh, no.
It's just like when there's no lifeguards or anything and an undertow grabs you and you're just like, oh, fuck, what have I done?
I thought the craziest thing was that I grew up on East Coast beaches, and I didn't go to California until I was like 29. And I used to love the ocean, and I'm going in all the time, but then I moved out here, and it's like, you can't even fucking go in the ocean. It's freezing cold.
It's always quite chilly.
It's like the exact opposite of what you think it's going to be.
You got to wet suit up or whatever.
Esther's still up.
Esther's still on. Good.
It's a full room in there, pretty much.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Si Hung.
Great shows. It's always fun shows. It's nice when Joe Rogan shows up, and... he always does a super or fairly long set at the end when he's here, but without Joe, it's still
it's fun.
Still a good group of people. And
it's cool just to have our own hey, we could just do some time and do a podcast at the same time. It's kind of fun.
No, dude, I've
just got to get.
I've been talking this format up everywhere. Like I don't think. I think every, let's keep it amongst ourselves, though. Let's not
public.
Let's not go crazy. But if a comedy club were smart,
they would all do this.
They would just do this.
Yeah,
just hire some tech nerd to have a thing going where live from the green room at our club. Look at these funny people that you can come and see, and
what is it? The Comedy Connection recently started doing it.
Did they?
Yeah, they just started.
See, I didn't even know.
I guess I shouldn't say this online, but I tried to do it, but it was totally different. I don't know if it's an East Coast West Coast thing or if it was just not interesting for me. It was just totally different.
Well, I guess it probably helps a great deal that we can
do whatever we want
sit
to
here and smoke weed.
Yeah, totally.
That sort of changes the dynamic if you can't sit around smoking. But I still just I think the whole. Just the sheer number. I mean, just the streaming alone right now is 330 people, and then a few 100,000, or at least 100,000, will probably listen to the podcast at a later date.
Yeah,
which you seem like you might be putting them up sooner now.
Yeah, I caught up, which is great. I was. That's the weird thing about podcasts is when you do so many, you get sick for a couple of days or whatever, you have 10 podcasts you have to try to put up as fast as possible, and then these Ice House Chronicles with Rogan, you're like, all right, I gotta put those up first because people are gonna get more pissed if I don't put up the Rogan ones. I was so far behind, but thank God over the holidays I caught up, and now I'm I have one on the shelf, or whatever.
Yeah, I just say why,
Esther,
why wait? Just put it out there.
How was your set, S?
It was good, and I have to do a show where I do 15 minutes next weekend, and I've been really nervous about it, and I just did 14, so basically 15.
It went well?
Yeah, it was cool.
What's the longest set you've ever done?
I haven't done, I guess I've done 20 before, but I haven't done a long one in a long time. Oh. I don't know, I'm so used to getting stage time in Hollywood. And
now, Esther, have you chilled down since the Santa roast? You were freaking out on everybody.
No, I wasn't really like it. Just
you told us that you're never going to work with any of us again, and you also said that we could all rot in hell or something like that. I actually
never said any of that, and I was surprised to hear that people thought that I said that. But yeah, I didn't. I'll say this: I haven't seen it. I've just had people tweet at me about it, and I don't really care. I'm kind of cool. For those of you that don't know, people got together and made fun of me on a roast.
Well, it's not that we all got together to make fun of you. It was a roast. It was a roast, and you were the only comic not to show up, and so that kind of magnified the fact, and the fact that all the stuff that we talked about is all stuff that we've already talked about before.
Well, I'm totally cool. Like, I don't even care at all. I think if they had fun, they had fun. But yeah, I definitely let them know I wasn't coming. So and the thing like where everyone thought I was mad was also weird because I haven't even seen it. So
well, you were seeing it, weren't you?
No,
because they read all your texts that you you texted every single person in the room, so everyone got together and compared texts.
That's not true.
No,
you should look at their phones because that's not true.
Are you talking to Sandy yet?
Yeah, Sandy is part of a thing that I'm working on, and yeah, no, I didn't. That's the weird thing. And I ran into Ari the other night, and he was like, "You blah blah blah," talking about it, and I'm like, "I haven't even seen it yet," and he like didn't believe me. But I don't know. I don't like listening to negative stuff about me.
Well, there's a lot of people that don't like roasts. I actually don't like roasts. Rogan has publicly said he'll never do a roast.
Really?
Yeah. So, have you ever done a roast of any kind?
Yeah, I've done some things, but I've never been invited to do the Comedy Central one. And for a little while, it kind of ate at me, like, because I think I'd be good at it and I would enjoy doing it. But then this last one, the Charlie Sheen one, just watching it, it just sort of too much about it just made me go, you know what, maybe this isn't really for me, you know. Even though if I were on the dais, the only things they'd come at me about are probably just like, oh, he's so dumb because he's high all the time, you know, like they wouldn't have that much to make me feel terrible, but it's just so vicious, you know. And I enjoyed watching it. I didn't hate watching it, but I don't know. We'll see, you know, because I guess if they asked me, I'd probably get excited and want to do it, you know, just because it's fun to just sit and think of jokes about, you know, that list of people, you know.
Right.
And I've done some roast-like things, and you know, I do all right with that. I'm all right with writing a mean thing about a person. If I were roasting little Esther, I'd say, boy, is she dumb. I got you. I got you. You can't handle it.
I really do. Now that though there was so much like of a focus on me, I wish I was there because I probably would have had a lot of. I like it when people make.
It was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would have had fun, but I couldn't go, and I told him from the get-go I wasn't able to be there.
Well, last year you did a pretty good job too, though.
Yeah, I'm good at writing roast jokes, but I just don't like hurting people's feelings.
I've written a lot of roast jokes that have been on the conversation.
Really?
Yeah, I've written for, you know, all my friends that do it are like, you know, give me some jokes, and you know, some use more than others. But
that's when I first met you. You were hanging out with somebody, and you're writing this person's jokes, and I didn't. I mean, this is way before the movie. Was it Sarah?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was Sarah. We were sitting at the bar. You were with Sarah. I wrote
award show stuff for her more than.
Maybe it was award shows. Maybe I'm totally getting this wrong.
My favorite thing I ever wrote for her was for the MTV Movie Awards when she hosted. She said she introduced. She was introducing something, but in that episode, Mike Myers accepted an award, and Amy Winehouse sang. And Sarah came out, you know, after the commercial and said, "Oh, you guys, you should backstage is so exciting. Mike Myers just ran into Amy Winehouse, and he said, 'Oh, Beehive.'" And especially the way Sarah does it, you know, she really lays into it, you know. God damn it!
I want to get Sarah on the Ice House Chronicles so bad.
Yeah,
you've
been talking to me about it.
I think she'd be perfect.
I did what I could.
Love it.
She was like, "Does it happen in my living room?" Because that's how she doesn't really want to go out and do stuff. But that's what, you know, Brian. Look out, man. Look out, Esther.
I'm just gonna have to wait.
That's what fame is gonna do to you.
Yeah,
it's gonna make you want to stay home.
I'm already like that.
Yeah,
I never leave. It's so hard for me to leave my apartment.
Doug, you should probably get in there because Benji probably does. And how many?
He'll do 15.
Oh, you think he will?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, never mind.
All right, I'll go in a second. But what were we talking about just now?
Fame.
So many things. No, before that.
The roast?
Oh yeah, the roast. Yeah. I I didn't write anything for. I just wanted to be clear that I didn't write anything for Sarah for the roast, but I wrote stuff
for the movie awards. It was when I first met you, and she was there
awards.
practicing the movie awards, and that was when I first met you. We were all sitting at the bar, and I was like, that was I think that one of the first times that I didn't know that comics had. I mean, this is a while back. I didn't know that comics had writers for things like that. I always thought, wow, these people are just insane. They could write all these jokes, you know.
Well, some can write them all themselves, but
like
most of them use people. Well,
Yeah.
Louis C.K. doesn't do like award shows and stuff like when you suddenly have to introduce a bunch of different random people and stuff. You want to get the best jokes possible, and they always really, like Patton was my favorite to write for because like if he didn't like something, he would just kind of sit there quietly, like he wouldn't say that's terrible or not or clearly not laugh. He'd just sort of move on, and whenever he laughed at something, he generally would use it. Because the trouble with all of us comedians, when other people are writing for us, is you just second guess everything. And in Patton's case, once he liked it the first time, he pretty much would follow through. But everyone else I've ever written for, you have to constantly be going back to the same jokes over and over again, going, but is this really going to work? And trying it a lot to make sure and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll give Patton that. He was very very confident, and then fucking killed it.
Yeah, he did.
Was he hosting something?
No, he was roasting William Shatner.
Oh.
And the closing thing that was my idea was he pulled a paper bag out of his pocket and said, "Settle a bet, act your way out of this."
I love Patton.
And Jeff Ross, every once in a while, Jeff Ross will say something that I suggested, and he said about William Shatner, "You've let yourself boldly go."
That's so good.
It's fun writing that shit, and that stuff's not that mean. It doesn't have to be that mean,
right?
You know what I mean? It's just got to be kind of mean.
Yeah, like, I didn't have a problem with any of the jokes that, like, a lot of people did jokes on me, and a lot of people actually did the opposite of jokes where they just kissed my ass. Like Skippy Simon went on here, like, which was super nice, but he was just like, "I don't have anything with you. I just love you, man." And like, he did this whole like little speech how much he appreciates me and stuff. I'm like, all right, this is a roast.
You're supposed to love everyone there,
I know. But
and they make fun of them.
I think he was too drunk.
Yeah, it's supposed to be out of a place of respect,
right?
Yeah.
And bitterness and jealousy.
Yeah,
exactly.
there was one that kind of upset me. It didn't really upset me. It was just kind of like, all right, dude, that's just some bad taste. And it was just because my girlfriend was here, and this person already directed it to my girlfriend. It was just like, so Brian is going to say he loves you and the sex is great, then he's going to break up with you, and like you just don't. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
it was just kind of like, all right, well, are you talking relationship with my girlfriend? Leave her out of it.
Yeah,
why
why drag the truth into this?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna go get in position.
All right.
Are you gonna keep it going till I get back? Or are you gonna?
Let's keep going.
Yeah, we'll keep
You're
going.
gonna shut it down?
No, we'll keep it going.
324. 324.
320.
23. Oh, I lost somebody with that chant.
Give me the lighter though. Oh, sorry.
877 total. It hurts my feelings that like 400 people like checked in briefly and then went, no thanks.
No, not with this. Can I see that lighter?
Joe's not there this week. What do you think? What's the biggest number you've gotten on the current number?
It was
I
definitely
said it 4.
It was definitely a Rogan podcast. And it was weird. It was like out of nowhere. It was like, what? Why? This makes no sense. I think it was like
just a lot of
6
people
or 7,000. Yeah, it was like
6 or 7,000 people.
Yeah, something weird like that. And it was just once, and it was
On a Rogan?
totally and it was totally random. It was like, what? That makes no sense. Like it wasn't like fucking Bon Jovi's mom was
It was
here.
just it was in the Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist.
Geistgeist.
I met that guy.
Zeitgeist.
We're going to have
What
him on a
guy?
podcast.
The
Supposedly.
Zeitgeist. Peter. I forgot his last name. Peter Jackson.
All
No,
right.
Peter Joseph. I think his name is.
Did you see the trailer for The Hobbit yet?
No.
Looks good.
I saw.
Really?
Can I have that lighter?
Throw it on and watch it.
I didn't even know they were making The Hobbit.
Yeah. Oh no, I knew they were making it.
and everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, it just
And
came
they
out.
got Martin. What's his name from the?
Martin Short is the.
No, the guy from the British
Martin
Office
Short.
plays young Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, weird.
Because Ian Holm played him as an old man in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh, wow.
All right, see you guys later.
See you guys.
Have a
Have
good
fun.
set. It's fun.
All right. So this is an interesting combo we got going on
Benji
here.
will be in here soon, and then we can all
And
fight each other.
Still be an interesting combo. So C's looking all dressed up and proper. You can't really tell too much on the shitty video cameras. but hopefully those are being replaced soon. Where'd you get that jacket?
I got it at Goodwill on Beverly.
I tell you, man, I've been going to the Salvation Army for most of the shit that's in this office right now. Like, I got that couch, like, super cheap. And the best thing about Salvation Army is they have 60% off, 50% off, 40% off. Every time I go in there, it's, like, off everything. So, like these lamps, I got this lamp and, like, this other lamp somewhere over here or somewhere behind where I can't even know where it is. But they were, like, $5, $7 each. And I was just like, these are nice lamps. These aren't like cool IKEA lamps, you know?
I bet that if I went to those stores, like, I would find so many cool clothes. I just, like, I don't know. It seems like work. I think for stuff, it's different because it's all there. But for clothes, you have to, like, dig. Different. And then you get, like, obsessed. Like, what if I miss the greatest thing? So you have to, like, look at every little piece. And it just sounds so
Clothing's
stressful.
different. I'm like right now, Macy's is the number one or the best thrift store ever right now.
Macy's?
Because everything in there has been bought and, like, opened and then returned and then now it's put on like 70% off sale. So it's like being at a thrift store, but everything has like that little wrinkle to it where you're like, all right, somebody opened this and worn this for like a day and was like, fuck this, and then returned it. And so I bought like a jacket that was really cheap, like $6 or $7, but inside of it there was like a little ribbon, and I'm like, oh, there's ribbon in this fucking jacket.
Like a death ribbon, yeah, like a defective ribbon. Yeah. I've not gone shopping in like so long. Like I literally am still wearing. I either get hand-me-downs from the people I work for, or like shirts just from like high school and college.
Well, what about shoes? Do you buy shoes from thrift stores?
No way. I wear the same shoes. I wear Uggs that I've had forever, and I buy new ones when I absolutely have to, and then I wear the same New Balance 993 sneakers that I've been wearing since I was 18, and I get a new pair every 6 months. I just order them. I know exactly what I get. I'm like so simple that it's like crazy that I'm a girl.
Sounds like you need to get into like an Amazon wish list, just like porn stars.
You know, so many people have said that to me, but I feel so cheesy. I mean, I'm so poor, like I should, but I feel weird.
Well, you should just have one. Don't put like fucking VCRs and shit on there. Just put like, you know, like little fun things and stuff that just for fans. Just put it on your Twitter like a stripper.
I know, but that's weird. Like don't
put a car on.
I mean,
there.
I don't
put a car on your Amazon wish list.
Yeah, I don't have a wish list, but I have a studio wish list.
Oh, you do? Where do you post it?
It's on DeathSquad.tv, and that's like like anyone that buys anything off of it, will like give a heads up to their like website, or we'll talk about their band, or if they have a small business.
How do they know where to send it?
When you set up a wish list, you put your address on it, and it automatically, anything that they buy automatically just gets sent to you, and they don't get to see the address.
Is that for real? Then why do so many porn stars have P.O. boxes?
Because they have P.O. boxes on their website, so like if you want to send gifts that are not Amazon wish lists, that they could just go there.
I'm gonna have to inquire about this with you after.
And I bet you, Esther, you have some fans out there in like Sweden or something like that have some money, and they're like, and if you're talking like, oh, woe is me, I don't have any slippers, I'm sure they'll fucking buy you some slippers.
I really do need a new pair of Uggs.
Sounds like they're gonna buy you like plane tickets or something. Though.
I know. Well, I actually got flowers from Belgium on Christmas Eve. Somebody from Belgium sent me a really beautiful bouquet of flowers at the I have just people send them to the Comedy Store. I was so happy. They were pretty. From like Belgium? Nobody's ever got me flowers.
Not from Belgium.
No, yeah. Well, I guess they like hired a LA-based thing.
I keep on switching to Doug's camera, and it's just like an empty chair.
That's so sad.
I was used to it. Like my hands, like I have to switch all these cameras myself.
That's stressful.
And, yeah, while thinking and listening and stuff like that. And I get pretty good at it, but then after a while, my fingers just like start having like panic attacks. All right, I've been having a problem lately, and I don't know. I should say it in a podcast just in case if there's any people that know their shit out here. My like right here.
By your elbow?
Yeah, it's like the inside. It's armpit? Super sore, like where my elbow is, where it bends. Like it hurts. Like if I squeeze the side of it, it feels like it's like sprained almost, like it's pain. And I'm like thinking, okay, did I hit it on something? But it's been like a couple of weeks now, and the only thing I can think of is the other day I woke up and I noticed I was laying like on both of my arms like this, like on my stomach, but with both of my arms like kind of underneath me. Like I was laying on top of my arms. And I'm like, all right, do I lay like this every night now for some reason? Yikes. And I might be like, like stretching my arm out or doing some crazy shit. Or,
well, I don't think that would hurt your like the arm, like the pit of your elbow. I think it would be more on the outside.
It's important to be conscious of the position position you're in before you fall asleep?
Well, I always fall asleep pretty much the same way.
It happens in your sleep.
Yeah, it happens in my sleep. I somehow roll onto my stomach and then I lay on my arms. And I don't know for sure if that's the cause of it, but I don't know if there's also like, oh, dude, you might have a elbow cyst or something like that, or like if there's any.
You're probably out of shape too.
Yeah, I'm way out of shape.
Yeah, that just happens to people who are out of shape.
we get injured like by sleep.
I was telling her about this. She was like, I have tendonitis. I'm like, I don't know any skinny people with tendonitis.
Dude, I was 17 and in like the best ballet dancer shape of my life when I got tendonitis in my Achilles heel.
Yeah, it's like fat people problems.
No, it's like you don't understand. It's like athlete problems.
I think it might also be for me. It might be
thing.
age problems because I know you guys like forget that I'm like almost 40.
I always forget that.
Like I don't really look like I'm almost 40. I definitely don't act like I'm almost 40, but I am almost 40. And then like you look at other people that are like, oh, he had a heart attack at 38 and he died, because he's 38. And I always forget. I fucking drink and smoke and don't exercise and fucking work and stress and I do all the bad things, and it's definitely coming. That's why
I wonder if it's
going to die
soon from
that Louis C.K. bit, he talks about that.
About what?
How when you think you're just gonna explode one day, but in reality, just things get worse and worse all the time.
Yeah,
and like it's a long, drawn out, shitty thing.
Yeah, my parents always complain about that.
Stay healthy. Go exercise and eat.
Bro,
right.
my parents are healthy as hell, and they still have problems. It's like you get old. There's nothing you can do. You're 68 years old. Your body's not the same as it is right now.
I don't know.
It's just a weird
Your
thing
body
that
definitely falls apart. Everyone's
you know
body
what? It's a
apart.
weird thing that you can't even imagine when you're young. You're like, there's no way my back's just going to hurt all the time.
I think if you do yoga enough, I think you can age fine.
Oh,
every old person I meet who avidly does yoga, they're always
that's
okay.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
It's true. I meet so many old people who do yoga, and they're just good to go.
I don't think it's very true because my parents are farmers, and they farm every day. They wake up at 5. They get home at
I'm not saying you have to do yoga. I'm sure your parents are
I'm just
very
saying people who
agile
are
farmers.
People who are physically active all the time
That's
aren't
true too.
always in the best shape.
No, they're actually like. I know my dad used to jog
farming
every.
Isn't yoga.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's stretching your body in weird positions. It's physical. You're stretching your body in weird like you think jogging.
So a really good farmer can be a home run hitter because it doesn't matter. You're doing different physical activities.
Yeah, but listen, you think jog. Wait, Esther.
Yeah.
You think jogging would be like if my dad jogged like every day for 10 years, 20 years, and now he's fucked because he was jogging all those years and he fucked his knees up from jogging so much, his feet from jogging so much. Like he wore out his knees and feet. And now he said like if he continued to jog, he might not even been able to walk very well when he got old.
Yoga,
and that's
jogging. I
know, but I'm giving you an example. You're not, when you're doing yoga, you're not fucking just sitting there. You're stretching out your muscles. You're doing things to your muscles that you normally don't do. Mm-hmm. You're overusing muscles that you like constantly. Like your knees, you're fucking your knees up by bending that much probably. Yep. If you keep on doing it every day for years and years and years, your knees not made out of titanium.
My friend's also like she likes to run a lot, and she has bad knees now. And
I said yoga. You guys are coming.
Benji's gonna lose his shit. He's from Beverly
everyone
Hills.
I meet who
yoga,
does
you don't do anything but lay there.
Old age, they tend to be like more agile and youthful.
Yeah, they tend to be, but it's like there's all
the people
genetics.
you meet.
Not everybody will be there.
I've met a lot of old ass people who are in good shape still.
And there's a lot of old people that do yoga and they've got diseases and that hurt their body.
I think people let go for such you can't let go of your life for a decade and then say, "Oh, I've been doing yoga the last 2 years. Why and I'm fucked up." That's not that's not what I'm saying.
I get your theory
because
it's like
a healthy life.
You're positive and like you feel like you have control, but there is scientific proof that you don't have full control. And someone who does yoga every day and is vegan and whatever, they could still get cancer.
I know that. But let's say Red Band's elbow hurts. If he had been healthy the last 15 years, he'd be feeling awesome right now.
Or you could have slept, or you could have been sleeping on your arm the same exact way every day and have the exact same pain. So that makes no sense what you're talking about. That pretty much threw the whole entire thing out, what you just said, out the window. If you slept on your arm like this every night, your arm will be the same sore as mine.
Oh yeah, well if I slit my throat every night, I'd die. Of course. Why would I do something?
But that's what we're talking about. We're talking about my arm, how I'm sleeping, and you're saying, well, that's because you don't work out. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck's wrong with my arm. If you slept on your arm the exact same way I've been sleeping on my arm for 2 weeks, no matter if you do fucking yoga or not, your arm's probably going to still feel the same fucking way, right?
You'll heal faster if you're doing that.
If you heal faster.
Benji's like on a yoga high.
I get it. Just like your vegan high where you used to preach us all like, oh, vegan this, we're all vegan, we're all going to last forever.
The argument evolves. Obviously, I don't blame your arm hurting on not doing yoga. You heard it while sleeping. I agree with that. That's just...
Well, no, what I'm trying to get at is why I'm sleeping like this. This makes no sense why out of nowhere I just started sleeping on my arms like that.
One time I read something that people sleep in like a fetal position. Like there's the different positions of the way people sleep can tell a lot about
I
who
definitely sleep like an insecure person.
Yeah.
I heard most people sleep on their stomach, and that's horrible for you.
Why?
I think it's like how you're breathing, or it's something about breathing, I think, where it's... I don't remember, but you're supposed to sleep on your back, like boring ass style, you know, like straight up. Arms
you know
to
what's
the side.
crazy? Babies are so cute.
What?
Babies, puppies, and kitties are just so delightful. I just want to see them all the time, everywhere. Anybody?
It's a little off topic of sleeping.
Yeah, that's really off topic.
No, were you talking about sleeping on your stomach, and then I thought about babies, and they sleep a certain way, then they will suffocate.
I think Esther's like looking to get pregnant.
No.
She definitely doesn't have baby fever.
No.
She can't even take care of a dog. She would never be able to have a baby.
Take that back.
What happened to your dog?
She had to give it to her parents because she can't handle anything.
So you sent it all the way to Chicago by itself?
Well, no, I took him on a plane, and Pepper, I stayed with him for a week when he adjusted, and now he's very happy living with his new mom and dad.
So
I'm his birth mother. And I'm going to see him when I go home next. I love Pepper. Everybody, I just want to announce my love for Pepper.
All right. C,
Brian hates Pepper.
No, it's just I don't want to get this podcast into a man's asshole. I was trying to edit myself on the fly there.
So what's up?
So what's up, C? What's new with you? What'd you do this week? Anything?
This week, well, just still working with the Occupy. Working with that while trying to work on some cartoon stuff in my portfolio.
You have a shitload of fans online, and
more recently,
people want more of you. That's
really?
What everyone's asking.
What do you mean?
Which is awesome. People love you on the internets.
Is that because of the salvia trips we've podcast?
I think what happened is they started off knowing you from like the Ice House, and then the more they research you, then they saw the salvia, and they're like, "Holy shit, that's hilarious! You're becoming a character."
Well, I'm actually thinking about doing another salvia trip sometime this year.
We should do it here in the studio because there's more room.
Should we do it with...
I don't know if I want to do that actually anymore. I think...
No?
I've never
I'll
done
do
it.
it.
Sounds
You
gross.
don't have to do it.
You would never do it?
Yeah, I don't think I would.
I don't even know what it is.
Salvia?
It's like low-grade hallucinogen.
It's like tripping on mushrooms in 5 minutes and then coming out of it in 5 minutes.
How shitty do you feel after?
Yeah, you feel kind of like, oh, I just smoked a pack of cigarettes, kind of shitty, kind of like a chemical shitty feel. Like you're like, oh, I just feel gross, you know. But
fried up.
But then like an hour or 2 hours later, it's gone completely for the most part.
Not my style.
I didn't mind it. I like the entire trip because there's a whole weird feeling that I'm not really used to. And there's a whole different vocabulary that goes along with it that I'm used to. So
yeah, and it kind of makes you feel like you've been there before. At least for me, it was like, this is familiar. Kind of like when a lot of people say they have near-death experiences. They were like, oh, this is very familiar. I heard a voice that sounded like my grandfather. Like, it felt like there was people around me that knew me. That's how it felt like to me when I was on Salvia. Like, oh, this is like a friendly world, or like there's something to this world that I've been here before, or there's people here in this weird... Like, it's a weird part of your brain that's firing that hasn't fired since you were born or something, or it's weird.
Have you seen Heath Ledger's? Have you seen Heath Ledger's last movie? I think it's called like Mr. Wonderful Emporium or something.
No,
that's actually kind of what I feel like Salvia kind of does, because it's like they walk into an entirely different universe in other people's minds, and they go through a mirror and they kind of see different aspects of what their minds would be. And then I kind of feel like that my Salvia trips are similar to that, because they're kind of like really weird and wacky and kind of like a weird fun trip. Like I think last time I saw like a bus and everything was kind of sandwiching and slapping each other. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it, Benji, at least once, maybe twice. But the secret is actually getting deep in there. A lot of people go and they're like, oh, I feel it. Oh, this is funny. Oh, yeah, I get it. Oh, I did it. But no, you'll understand when you go 100% in, because you're like, you're not in the world anymore. You're in like a different world, and things are melting. Your face is gone. Like you feel your soul is. You don't even know what the.
How do you know that you're not going to just pick up a knife and stab yourself?
Because you need babysitters, and that's the most important part. You need babysitters, and that's why when we did it during a podcast, one of the Death Squad podcasts, where we all did it on a Skeptic Tank. Was it? Or was it?
It was a Naughty Show podcast.
Naughty Show podcast.
It was in a really small room.
And there was like 7 of us in in my small bedroom, the old studio. And then Ari did it, and he started standing up and flailing his arms and legs. And people got mad at me because I was holding him, like trying to babysit. Because the number one rule is don't let them stand up. Because if they stand up, they might just fucking start flying through windows and breaking things. Because they're not in the world anymore. They're like in a swimming pool in their 3rd grade birthday party.
Do some people die?
No one's ever died from, I don't think, salvia. It's mint. It's from the mint family. It's not mint, but it's from the mint family. It's actually legal. You could actually buy it at stores. They actually sell salvia plants at Target that you can grow. It's not the best idea to fucking do it if you're a kid, and you definitely want to be in a situation where you're safe.
So it's legal to do this drug?
Yeah, right now.
Yep.
Today I had 3,000 calories in a 15-minute window, and that made me feel like shit.
10,000?
3,000.
Oh my,
3,000?
Yeah, Benj?
I don't know. That's a lot. That's like 5 McDonald's burgers.
Yeah,
right?
It's like 2 really oversized cupcakes, and then like these. Mexican
you just need to cut out the sweets. So to me, I don't give a fuck about sweets. Yeah, once in a while, I wouldn't mind having a little Reese's cup here and there. But
you smoke cigarettes, you drink. You know, it's like for me, that's it.
That's it.
That's my joy.
Yeah, you need to get off the food and start drinking.
I might have a little champagne on New Year's Eve. I'm considering it. Remember, you were with me when I drank the kombucha. I drank 2, and I got really crazy and drunk. Remember at the open mic? That was the only time I ever felt drunk.
Before the recall of kombucha at Whole Foods.
I had so much fun.
she had like the last crate of before they recalled it because it had too much alcohol in it.
Joe was like, I drink these all the time, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna drink it too, and then I just like did way too much.
Yeah.
Overboard. I was drunk. It was fun.
I had tried this crazy diet. My friend, who's like a workaholic, as an exercising workaholic, kind of came up with his friend from high school, and basically what it is eggs and bananas, and that's strictly the entire diet. And then every 2 weeks you would change up the diet with a 3rd item, but it's just like small carbs and small protein. But you kind of eat portions under 2,000 calories and up to between 1,800 and 2,000 calories, and it's actually pretty crazy.
That's weird. I don't like to restrict foods. Like right now, Brian, are you using your Vitamix still?
Oh yeah,
I do the Joe Vitamix thing. I just drink a green drink.
You know what's also, I've said this before, but Vitamix is also good if you were a drinker to do like I like grape vodka, and I just like flavored vodkas, and putting real grapes in there. And mixing it with ice and water. And like last night, I did ice, water, grapes, vodka, and I put some apples in it. And it was just like having the best martini in the world. It was fucking
so
great.
Cool.
Yeah, you just mash it up a little, right?
Well, it blends it into like almost
puree.
like a Slurpee.
Yeah.
I guess, or a Jamba Juice.
I see.
But it's cool. It's for vodka, for mixed drinks. It's awesome. Vitamix is amazing. But there's something I would recommend more now, or I haven't tried it, but I'm thinking about. I want to get a new juicer because I have a juicer at my girlfriend's house and juicer. I want a juicer for my house also. So they have this juicer that's called the Double Blade, where it's like a really nice juicer, like the same kind I have over at the other house. But it also has this other blade that you can replace it with, and then use it for a Vitamix. So it does both. So it does like a Vitamix type shit, and it is a really good juicer.
You already spent all the money on the Vitamix.
I know. I'm saying if I'm going to get a juicer, might as well get that one, right? It's not much more. I'm saying if anyone else is buying a juicer out there that doesn't have a Vitamix or a juicer, buy that one.
Last time that I was at your house for a podcast, you showed me your Vitamix, and I was like, how much did you spend on this? Like $600. And I just looked at you, and you're like, yeah, I don't save any of my money. It was so funny to me.
I know.
It cracked me up so hard.
I think when you're a smoker and a drinker and you're overweight, there's no reason to have a savings account.
If you're a red band, it's like just spend whatever the fuck you get.
Yeah, I've always been like that.
I am too.
I've always been like that. I mean, like how I look at it is, yeah, it's probably the dumbest thing in the world. It's probably the dumbest thing in the world. And when I'm 70, I'm going to be fucking on the streets.
You better find a
But
Jewish
I don't think I'm
girl.
going to live to be 70. I hope that my success and career is going like this, where I don't have. They'll be like, oh, fucking savings account. I'd rather have fun now in the moment, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you guys have savings accounts? Do you guys fucking do all that shit, like 401ks and all that crap?
I do not.
I don't think anyone our age group really does too much.
Our age group?
No, a lot of them do.
I mean...
Well, not in this industry.
Just people you don't know them, but that's what most people do.
Yeah, I guess so. But none of my friends back in Ohio, they're like, oh, I have
That's
a savings
Ohio.
account. Yeah.
What does Ohio have to do with
That's Midwest. That's the most average place in the whole entire world.
Yeah. In Michigan, not a lot of people do either, unless you're probably in your late 40s, dude.
The way I see it is I'm just making an investment in my career, so everything I make, I funnel it back into. I can't save, or I can't stay out here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I don't think I have a savings account for the most part, because for the most part I don't really have much extra money, and the most extra money I have, it's more like, okay, I'm going to spend this on something I want to make me happy because I don't have that much money. You
right.
know? I don't know, but
I get it.
Obviously, you can tell I spend all my money on one certain subject instead of cake is electronics and lasers.
Instead of cake.
I thought they keep buying you lasers.
I'm
I
a
thought they bought
cake
I thought Death Squad was buying you the lasers.
Yeah, well, I bought one of them, and then I had a couple on my studio wish list, and then a couple people bought some more lasers. And now I'm just getting random lasers in the mail.
You should find crazy lasers to put on your wish list.
Crazers.
I did. These are the crazy lasers.
These are the craziest ones?
Yeah, I think they are. I don't know. I'm not going to invest too much time looking at them. Benj, what's new with you? Have you been on the road lately? Have you been...
I'm going to Kansas City next month with Polly.
Oh, cool.
I'm also going to La Jolla next month, so that'll be fun.
La Jolla Comedy Store.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to La Jolla.
McCowan.
I'm going to...
Oh, cool. Court's cool, yeah.
Before I forget, I'm going to be in La Jolla January 6th and 7th. That's all.
Sweet.
Back to Benji.
That's it.
Who you going? So you're going with Court?
I'm going with Court to La Jolla. I'm going with Polly to Kansas City.
That's cool.
Sandy. Danto.
Sandy did an excellent, hilarious Esther impersonation at the roast.
Do you know she didn't come, and I wrote her a bunch of awesome jokes, and she didn't use them?
Dude,
I know.
We just were having fun.
We all talked about it after the roast, how you guys sat and there wrote jokes together and stuff like that.
She had good ones. I wrote good ones.
Well, why don't you do them, Esther? Do you have them on you?
No, I don't. I'm not involved.
Do you remember any of them?
Yeah, but I'm not just going to be mean to my peers for no reason.
Oh, come on. I think everyone's going to get it if you're... This is what Esther's roast jokes might have been like.
First of all, if I was gonna go, I would have written jokes. But it was like we were like, hey, let's just see what we would write if I was gonna go. And then I was like, I'm not gonna. I had a show and I needed my spot because I'm preparing for La Jolla.
But you were telling me up to 10 minutes before I was starting. It's like, should I go? I don't know if I want to go.
I called you that day because I wanted to ask you something else.
All right.
Can we just drop it for real? Because it's like frustrating to me. We already talked about it. I wish I was there. I would have had fun because I like getting made fun of.
So what's up with the scarf? Is that a Christmas present or a Hanukkah
That's
present?
my friend left that at my house and you took it.
I thought he left it for me.
No, you stole something from me again.
Again?
What else did she steal?
Do you know, Benji, one time I went over, after we broke up, I went over to her house, and I was just like, do you have any of my stuff? I'm just like looking around, and I was like, oh, here's a t-shirt of mine. And then I found a bag that had like 15 t-shirts, like 2 pairs of like underwear, like even a pair of jeans for some reason, some shoes. Like it was just like, why the fuck do you have all this
stuff?
Of my stuff?
There's no way that's true.
Girls
I would never
are the
have
worst.
Your
They
jeans.
take all your comfortable pajama pants.
I didn't
all
have
your
jeans.
t-shirts.
Why would I have your jeans?
Exactly.
That's
She didn't take one of your
crazy.
pets.
You don't remember that? That's cool.
That's
she didn't
crazy.
take one of your pets, right?
Huh?
She didn't take one of your pets, right?
No, I wish you did.
I would take Twix.
Well, you said it. That's legal, right?
Twix is at my door tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm done with pets and animals. I don't know if it's the place I live in or not, but it's just too much for me now. It's just, I mean, I want just my cats. I think dogs are disgusting. I mean, I've never been a huge dog guy, but now that I have a dog, and now that my girlfriend has a dog, and we have 2 dogs at my house sometimes and 2 cats, but the dogs are always the gross ones where you're fucking like, what? Did I just step in shit?
Is that the worst thing about it? Is the poop?
The poop and the piss. And you don't think that's a big deal, and you try to... I mean, my dog's pretty good with training. Like, it goes on pee pads, and then, like, it doesn't really shit and stuff. But once in a while, the dog still goes and shits out of nowhere. It's like, hey, I think I'll just shit on your shoe. And you're like, what the fuck is this? I mean, it's disgusting, and it adds up. After, a month of 3 mistakes here and 2 pee mistakes here, then the next month and the next month...
You need a bigger place to have a dog, really.
Yeah.
We have a backyard.
I have a backyard. It's not that. Dogs are just disgusting animals. I mean, people can say cats are gross because they go in a litter box and then they fucking step in their own shit. I'm like, yeah, they automatically lick their fucking shit. If you Google it, the cats are one of the most cleanest animals ever.
Well,
I've got to wrap it up for me.
I think you just got to treat them like animals. Everyone tries to like personify their dog and give it this awesome life, and it's like, no, it's a dog. It's gonna stay outside.
Yeah,
and that's just it. Or like I yell at my dog all the time. And everyone's like, don't yell at your dog. I'm like, no, the dog's a stupid dog and it's dumb. It's been alive a long time and it's lucky that it's been alive this long, and I'm going to yell at it.
You guys, thank you for a great podcast.
You taking out?
Yes.
All right. Esther, you can find her on Twitter, _Esther, or if you want to celebrate Christmas a little late, you can Google Twilight Little Esther.
What's that?
Wait, not Twilight. What is that? The vampire commercial.
True Blood.
True Blood. And you could watch her with her fake grandma.
Yes, thank you. Grandma. Adios, amigos.
Sweet.
Bye, Esther.
Bye, guys.
Well, Benji's supposed to become Benji. I mean, Doug's supposed to come back in here.
It was a pretty good show. I didn't end well.
Yeah, what happened? What did you do?
Well, you said 10 minutes, and I think at around over 10 minutes, I was like, hey, is Doug here? And then they were like, nope, he's not here yet. And I was like,
well,
okay.
Esther said you were doing 15, so...
Oh, because I thought I was doing 10. I asked you, and you went like that.
Huh?
I was like, how long am I doing? You said 10.
Oh, I did it. When
I was walking out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I got a little confused. And so I kept using my good last jokes to close with. And then it wasn't my closer, and then so I did close with something weak, and it just sort of fell. So, this thing I've been working on about how Jesus' mom was really just a slut and didn't really get impregnated by God, but by a dark man across the street.
Dark man across the street.
Well,
nice.
Jesus was
I'm doing a show, Esther. Talk to me later. I love it. Esther's like, hey, I need to ask you some questions. I'm doing a show here.
You don't matter, don't you know? Esther has stuff she needs to discuss.
I know, it's all about her. It didn't happen. It's all about me.
Stop escalating.
All you do is you're like a jerk to me when people are around. It's so frustrating to me.
I'm just joking.
No, but you're not, okay?
You bashed me on stage before I even went on stage.
I bashed you on stage? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
How?
I don't care. I just don't care.
What did I say about you?
You were saying stuff about being from Beverly Hills and not getting stuff.
Oh, that's not part of your act. Come on.
Just be chill, man.
Oh my God, she looks so. She did. Do you think she? Oh my! No, look what she. Did you take?
Pretty sure she's gonna watch this later.
No, she doesn't watch it. She doesn't watch anything. See?
Oh.
I didn't even say anything mean.
Yeah, she just kind of blew up.
Yeah.
She does that. And she's also in mad denial because she did have a whole fucking bag. Like, I was like, we had already broken up, and I was just like, I forget why I was there. I was picking up something. And she just had a bag of, like, a whole bag of shit. Like, I was like, why do you have this? And I think her excuse was like, oh, I was doing laundry, and it was mixed in with my clothes. But there was, like, shoes and stuff. And I'm like, why? All right, I'm just washing shoes. But she also still has, like, 5 things of mine that I've, like, no, can I please have this back? Like, I need this back now.
Was it the cool shit that you owned? Or is it
no,
just
one
like,
of it's like, hey, a power adapter for a camera. Like,
she had my hard drive for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, hey, I'll come to your place. Let me come get it. Just let me know when. And I really needed it. And she wouldn't get it back to me.
Yeah.
I have a text. Let's see if it's her yelling at me. Yep.
Yeah, she's probably like, I hear you talking shit about me. What did you say?
It's a fast text.
She's got tiny fingers. Tiny little hands.
Well, I'm glad I don't have her number. Oh, I have a voicemail.
Drama.
Uh-oh. I shouldn't be checking my phone as this podcast is going.
She's upset that I said that I wrote jokes for her. Big deal.
How dare you tell people that you wrote jokes?
always joke about that.
She definitely would benefit from marijuana, I think. Don't you agree? I think
she hasn't done it?
She hasn't done anything, man. She hasn't drank.
There was that video you guys did where she did like supposedly crack or whatever.
Well, she didn't do crack, but she took sips of alcohol for the first time supposedly, but she spit them all out.
What?
You're a terrible fucking friend. You never ever respect my wishes. Your wishes? I don't even know what she's talking about. I try not to upset her. Every other thing you say can upset her. Obviously, everyone
knows that everything you say to Esther upsets her. That's why.
Doug wants to know if anyone's going to close the show.
Doug? No, Doug is the last one.
All right. He's closing it?
Yeah, he's close. Doug's so stoned. He knows that. It's like this. He's done this like 5 times.
Does he expect me to close it?
Yeah, see, go out there and
but I'm not a comic.
Play the fiddles. Have you ever tried? Ever thought that you could do comedy? Do you ever write any jokes?
No.
No.
Nope. I'm not a comic.
Yeah.
It's not in my heart.
No. Yeah. So we need to get Doug in here and wrap this shit up. We've 2 hours and 40 minutes did go by pretty fast though.
Yeah, we're losing viewers.
Definitely 286. How can we bring this back up? I think I'll show my penis.
Whoa. What do you think about those anonymous fellas?
Love them.
Love them?
All right, let's see what Twitter has to say. Game on, the best man win for Katy Perry. Somebody's dueling me in the Katy Perry dueling.
What would you do to try to get Katy Perry in bed?
What would I do?
What would you try to do?
Well, honestly, I have a girlfriend, but
I know,
I would never do that.
Hypothetical.
Well, if I would just try to charm her. Like I don't know, just be myself.
Would you do the '80s thing and like be outside her window with a stereo?
No.
No,
definitely just do what I usually do, like try to get her blackout drunk and then fuck her, and then she already did it once, and then so she has. It's easier to do it the second time. Once you fuck somebody, you're like, well, I already did it once. I guess I
missed this. What were we talking about? I'm getting hate text from this.
We're talking about Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry?
Yeah.
I know someone who works for her, like an assistant or something.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So there's a connection.
There's
my in.
There's an in.
Russell Brand used to come to the Comedy Store. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah. I get so much slack because I don't like him. I don't know the guy, so it's not like I'm talking about him. I'm talking about him just from a couch. But my whole thing with him is, well, one, I don't really find it. I don't know if it's like his style of humor, comedy. I just don't really think like I was watching him on Ellen the other day, as gay as that sounds, and he used the word telly, and I'm like, all right. You spend half the time in America. It's. I don't even think. Do they call them tellies over there, or is that just a cute name to say because you're British? Watching the telly.
Sounds like you just don't like him because he's British.
No,
that's not fair.
I know many British people, and they don't go, "Oh, the telly." I don't know. It just to me, it seems like he's like playing. He's playing a dumb character, and he from a movie. That I don't know. What's that movie that he was in that made him kind of popular? The first one was it Saving Sarah Marshall? Was that it?
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know if
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I thought
Did you just make Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
That'd be a great parody.
That'd be weird. Actually.
Saving Sarah Marshall.
Saving Sarah Marshall.
It's like a bunch of people who go to Hawaii to try to rescue some slut from other sluts.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, thank God, Doug, you're here.
How long was that?
48 minutes.
You guys did 20?
Yeah, you did about 20.
really?
We were just coming up with movies.
Yeah. Saving Sarah Marshall.
Saving Sarah Marshall.
Just coming up with movies?
Yeah.
Just thinking of that?
Combining movies.
I just on stage hatched a great premise for, I don't know if it'll be a what you call it. I don't know if it'll be a
bit?
A live action comedy or a documentary that's got comedic elements. But, Jim Carrey did that movie Yes Man, where, he decided to say yes to everything to see where it would take him, and fucked up shit happened, but then in the end it was good for him, I guess.
Right.
What if I just have to drop everything and smoke with everybody who offers right when they offer?
So
that'd be the slowest movie.
That would probably be a slow movie.
A yes man just for weed. No, because during my set a guy yelled out, "Let's smoke some weed."
Oh, right.
And I was like, what if I was headlining this show and somebody said that, I just like, okay, and just walked off with them because I have to.
Oh, so don't do it right there on the stage, because I say you probably lose a lot of work and you probably get kicked out of a lot of shows.
We go outside or to the green room, but I'm saying the entire audience would just sit there.
Do you think that would change
wondering
anything?
Why
though?
I just left?
You smoke so much weed, I don't think that would change anything.
But it would disrupt my day.
All right, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Frequently,
relatives,
and people could do it in really weird places where it is kind of like risky.
Right.
I don't know. I got to think it through.
You're at the DMV.
Might not be the greatest idea.
You're at the DMV. Smoke weed.
Yeah. It's not as good as my Dank Night idea.
Dank Night?
Yeah, I want to do my version of the Dark Knight, but it's Dank Night. And how he helps fight crime is by staying at home, minding his own business. waiting for robocalls from the LAPD. I really am going to patrol my neighborhood tonight, I think.
Oh, dude, I would be freaked out because you live kind of in the area, right? Like around the fire zone.
That reminds me, where's a street around here called El Molino or El Molina?
Why?
Because a guy just announced on stage in the club that there's a checkpoint there, a DUI checkpoint.
I think that's between where we are and Railroad Parkway.
It's on Colorado Boulevard.
Yeah,
the checkpoint.
So it's west of here.
Yeah,
so it's on the way to the 110, I think.
Right. So if you just bust up to the 134, you're good to go. Right?
Yeah,
I think so yeah.
Yeah, it's just right there.
I'm not gonna. I don't think I would blow too big a number, but I don't even want to.
No, when you have a personal driver,
I don't want to mess around with. I have my own driver, and
yeah.
We're at 288 views. We lost some folks, you guys.
Well, Esther had a meltdown.
She did. What's wrong?
I don't know. She has a lot of meltdowns. She got mad because Benji said that he wrote some jokes for a roast, and
big deal.
Well, you also accused her of stealing stuff, so.
Oh, and when we dated, she stole a lot of shit. And, like, I went to her house.
That's just petty stuff. That's just a jokey thing.
I went to her house to get something, and
I can't believe all this happened. I come back in, you guys. We're talking about movies. We're just naming movies.
Well, I forgot about all that.
You drove little Esther out of the room.
She said she had to go.
She had to go.
I didn't know.
But she had to go mad, or she had to go that's when she was.
She left mad.
Anyway?
She left screaming and yelling and slamming, and then.
Oh Lord, you gonna cut that part out?
Fuck no.
Can people watch the streaming part again at a later date, or has it just become audio after the initial streaming?
Oh, no, it usually sticks on Ustream for a day or two, and then I move it to Vimeo, which is like a nicer thing so that people can watch on their Apple TVs. I'm just going to buy you an
You're
Apple TV.
You're pushing that Apple TV thing.
If I buy you one, will you plug it in?
How does
it
hook up? How do you plug it in?
HDMI cable. It's just...
I don't know what that is.
It's a cable. It's like the new video... You know what S-Video is?
No.
It's like a really fat USB cable.
You know the yellow cable that you plug in the VCR?
That's what it runs through, S-Video?
No, I'm just trying to compare it to different kind of cables.
But why were you
S-Video is pretty old.
Why were you just standing there with one in your hand if it has to be plugged into something?
Huh?
Didn't you hold something up and say
remote.
This is it?
No.
Oh, you're just using a remote to make a gesture with. For
oh yeah, this is that remote.
Yeah, why'd you hold that up and say, "Why don't you have I"?
Why don't do that? Did you hear Nixon was gay?
What?
Some new thing that came out.
I've got a crooked dick.
Was what was on the tapes that they confiscated?
There's a new book that alleges that he was gay. This is was Richard Nixon gay? New book says he was. It says a new biography of Richard Nixon. Is this on right? New biography of Richard Nixon. Nixon's darkest secrets, the inside story of America's most troubled president, claims that he had a long-time gay affair with suspected mobster Bebe Rebozo. Bebe Rebozo. The book, written by former White House correspondent Don Folsom, also claims that Nixon beat the First Lady.
Whoa.
So he beat his wife and fucked this mobster dude. I believe it.
Sounds so unhealthy.
Oh, and when Nixon died, the Rebozo dude was at his side when he died.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, that's why
combing his hair.
that's why I knew you pronounced it wrong. Is because Bebe Rebozo is been a long time humorous political reference.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's been a name that I've heard before. Like I've heard either Lenny Bruce or Woody Allen has made jokes about Bebe Rebozo. But yeah, it's,
all right.
Nobody knows anymore who that is.
Let's look at a video of on YouTube of Nixon and just think in our head, like, imagine him being the gayest guy ever.
I can already think in my head about. I don't even have to see a picture
it.
of him to know what he looks like and that he.
I don't know. Let's just pick a random video out.
If you made gay porn, what would the name of the Richard Nixon gay porn be?
Well, I guess you just call it dick.
How about Watergate?
The third indispensable element in building the new prosperity is closely related to creating new jobs and halting inflation.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he
We must protect the
wants to put
position
his
of the
dick in
American
looks like he has a
dollar
little blush
as
on.
a pillar of monetary stability around the world.
This looks like a serious fellow.
Yeah.
Not up to anything. That was a fun game, though, Brian.
I was just hoping for gold. I was hoping that we would go there and he's going to be like, oh, Jesus, those Cubans, or something. Got any good tweets?
Somebody named Kelly just wrote, holy shit, a wild Doug Benson appears. Like, I don't know if she's watching this
It's
or...
like a Pokemon quote there.
Yeah, a wild Doug Benson appears. Robert Young said, please come back. Podcast took a dive after you left.
It did. We had to talk about Salvia for a second there.
Doug, hurry up. The podcast is going to hell without you. That was Dan Agresto wrote that. But, sounds like it was at least dramatic.
It was pretty
Wow.
dramatic.
Somebody thinks Yellow Band is an undercover DEA narcotics agent.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
How does that work?
I can see it.
Is it because of his jacket?
Some guy named Jonah.
What are we listening to?
Yeah, what is this?
It was a tape of Nixon discussing homosexual activity at Bohemian Grove. Whatever.
All right.
Oh, you know what? I'm giving out people's names. Like I've got the new Twitter layout on my iPhone.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And it lists their actual name or what they say their actual name is on their account, and then their Twitter handle in smaller print. So I've just been reading off the people's names. That's
kind of creepy.
That's
right?
kind of rude. It's kind of rude. Well, because I was just like, this guy got Jonah. He got that for his Twitter name, but no, Jonah's his name. His Twitter name is @JonahBH. And he said, Red Band and Doug Benson, thanks for an entertaining end to the night. So, you're welcome. I guess maybe he's still listening.
People are falling asleep.
Happy New Year, other people.
Well, it's almost been 3 hours.
But somebody did bring up a good point. Paul Balsam. Oh, shit. His Twitter name is I am Paul Balsam. He said that we were... I don't know if we were stealing from Joe per se, but that we were stealing the UFC fights earlier when we were watching it.
No, we weren't.
And then that's sort of like SOPA would potentially stop us from doing that.
We weren't stealing UFC fights. We were watching.
We did it on pay-per-view?
No, we were watching YouTube videos of past fights. That was not the.
Oh, that was old fights we were watching tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So that does make more sense now because it's weird that Lesnar retired after he won that fight we watched earlier.
Oh, no. Well, we got that on Twitter. That was the. What are you talking about?
Well, you weren't streaming it, so.
No. We were watching people do it on YouTube.
Yeah, I just, it's an interesting point. That's all.
So first you start off with the air wick, and it's makes everything smell like apples. So if a cop pulls you over, you're just like, hey, I like apples.
what the fuck's wrong with you?
That is a good smell too.
And-
Apples.
and you take,
Febreze is disgusting.
99-cent hand sanitizer. Which
Wait, no, is this the part where you're gonna jerk off in your car?
Cafeteria worker. That's what. That's the. This
is my.
What is this we're watching?
This is how I drive home every night.
Don't be afraid to hand sanitize your whole body. Put
You
it
just
on a little
put
bit everywhere.
hand sanitizer
Yeah,
everywhere.
don't be afraid to
And
do
then he
that.
takes, tanning lotion. I use this shit because it has caffeine in it and it makes the tan go. Anyways, it's very, very potent.
It's mint.
You
It's
just
very
rub it as
spicy.
like a lotion all over your body, so it smells like, oh, I just went tanning and I like apples.
Anyways.
I like the combination of stuff that you put in your handbag now.
Huh? Well, I used to do that. I used to carry around so much random shit in my car just because I get paranoid because you can get pulled. You can get a DUI like for what 2 beers, and like you go out to eat, you have 2 beers, you get pulled over for and they smell alcohol, you get a DUI. So I get
Yeah, it's
paranoid.
a good thing that you drink that Purell so they don't smell the alcohol.
I got a DUI.
Where's the lighter, buddy?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Benji is a fresh DUI.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it sucks. It's the worst.
And explain what happened because
bad.
You haven't talked about this yet. Have you on a podcast on Death Squad?
I don't think so. I was out drinking with friends. It was a friend's birthday, and one of my friends drove my car to his house, and I guess he didn't have the lights on, and it's a Beamer, so like the dashboard lights up, so and the lights kind of come on, so you don't really realize it. So I jump in the car after he had driven to his house, and I drove like a block, and I got pulled over for not having my lights on. And so, yeah, I had to go to court.
Did you do the test? Did you just failed the test?
I failed the test.
How do you fail that? That shit's so easy.
Because I was freezing.
I can't do the alphabet
My ass
backwards.
Oh, I never had to do that.
The alphabet I could do. I couldn't. I have terrible balance. I was in flip-flops, and it was cold outside. So I was, like, shaking in flip-flops, like, and my eyes water a lot. I wasn't crying, but, like, it was, like, really dry, cold weather. And it makes my eyes water, so I just looked like a wreck, too.
Yeah, my eyes water all the time. Sometimes it's so bad that like I'll be driving with the window kind of open, and my eyes will water so bad that I almost have to pull over because I can't see, and they're just burning and watery. And
yeah, my eyes get so watery.
Yeah,
I have to always like check like every hour that I don't have like eye snot or just water in my eyes.
Do you guys often go out and like not check yourself in the mirror, and then you're like at Starbucks and you're just like I can't believe I'm out in public. Like there's like fucking cum on your shirt, or there's like a pizza pepperoni pizza like dried up on your sleeve. Or
Wow, well one of those is a little bit more embarrassing than the other.
No, usually for me it's just an unzip fly. That's about it.
Like when you start off with cum on your shirt and then like
Cum can look like
what's
so
going to
many
be worse
things,
than
though.
that?
Cum, they don't know it's
or
cum.
celery in your teeth, or what is
Yeah.
it? Spinach in your teeth.
Yeah, they don't know if it's cum though. It could just be like I was putting lotion on. I put a
Got cum in your teeth.
I just don't want to like have like too bad of like weed breath or something. I feel like that's,
weed breath.
Yeah, that's probably the one thing I just have to really
Chewing
look out
gum.
for.
Get some chewing gum.
Yeah, chewing gum's important.
Yeah, I think this podcast is ended.
Or hook up with people who also smoke weed is good.
Yeah, but weed breath can just be bad no matter what.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like,
but at
there's
least
no-
if you match each other, it's like
It's a mutual.
I like to
thing.
drink
Stay
the
away from
same
one another's
alcohol
mouth.
as the person I'm going to make out with.
Really?
Get the same flavor swishing around. I guess you could change it up, but I don't like to have beer and vodka.
Since we brought it up, might as well watch it. Here's Ari Shaffir doing salvia.
Here we go. This is going to
Here
be.
we go,
this
Ari.
is going to be good.
What?
Good luck,
No, it's a good power hit. This is going to be a big power hit.
I'm so scared of that.
Have you seen this
It's going to
stuff?
be a big. Come on, you guys are like
I haven't, but
brothers.
does he lose his mind or what?
Yeah, he loses
Okay.
it.
Oh my god.
Drift away. He's drifting.
No, I'm just sitting here. I only feel weird for Sam Tripoli.
Whoa.
I don't even know what that means.
Holy shit.
For you.
Did he fall back like that on
He got his
purpose?
little
No,
Or?
blankie
he's
and
out of it.
Snuggling. Is he still holding it? No. Yeah.
He's still holding.
We don't, I think he's sleeping or he's dead. I can't tell what's going on here. I think he's dead. Ari just died.
Somebody give me his
Dude,
fucking
if
phone.
Ari died,
All right,
on
guys. Shh.
Where's the part where he freaks out?
Stop right here.
He starts sweating so fast.
Oh my god. What is...
He's already dripping with sweat.
I don't get it.
It's
What's happening to him?
Right now, he's grabbing his head.
Is he like seeing a bunch of crazy shit?
Yeah.
He said he says he's
Tell to take him right now. No, please, brother. Tell him to take him out. Please do it, please. I'm not joking. I'm not seriously not joking.
Not Jewish.
Seriously.
Whoa, calm down. I'm trying to hold him because he started flailing his arms and legs.
Yeah. You can really hurt yourself.
Ari, you're fine, buddy.
You got a lot of sharp edges around.
Ari, you're okay, buddy.
This is not good. This isn't good. What is he doing?
But it's not going to last too much longer, right?
It's like 5 minutes.
5 more minutes of him acting like this?
Ari, you're all right.
Hey! Oh my God.
Guys, thanks for sitting there. Stop.
Ari, stop driving that car.
Help me. I'm not a club. Please help me. Talk to me. Please stop yelling. Stop yelling. Stop yelling. And please don't. And please help me get up right now.
Oh, you're fine. Stand up.
You're fine. Okay.
Sam is so funny.
Everyone, please plug me. Okay, here. Air. Stop. So me, you're doing a test.
You put the fan on.
You're fine. Yeah, I'll stop.
I'm petting him.
Okay.
That weird, like, truncated words and stuff.
That is
Yeah.
so adorable.
Hey, so you've never had a huge salvia blast,
No,
Doug?
no.
You've never done salvia?
No.
Really?
No.
That's weird. Why?
What's weird about it?
Have you done mushrooms?
I tried them a few times. I don't. Mushrooms are all right.
Well,
I don't have any issues with it.
It's, what salvia is? It's legal, and it's from the mint family, but
It's legal. It does that to you.
I know. Well, he definitely did.
It's only legal because they haven't figured out yet to make it illegal.
Well, yeah, but no one dies from it or anything like that.
If you took it while you were driving a car.
Well,
or
yeah.
something.
But it's just pretty much like a whippet of mushrooms. Pretty much like 2 or 3 minutes of getting blasted to the highest shroom thing that you've ever done and trip. And,
Yeah, I don't need that.
No,
I'm good.
It's a bit intense.
That's my, that's what I'm trying to prove to people is that you don't. Marijuana's not a gateway to just doing all sorts of fucked up shit. Just to take it to that next level.
All right, we should end this.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it.
With 281 people hanging in there. 282. Right. We just got somebody. Let's give them a few minutes.
Are you going to be anywhere? Are you on the road?
I'm going to be places, yes. I'm going to be a lot of places.
Besides the Weezer Cruise.
WeezerCruise.com, yeah. And also Vegas at the Louis Anderson Theater at Palace Station, taping Doug Loves Movies on Sunday, January 8th. And Sacramento Punchline, January 14 through 16, all Martin Luther King weekend, 420 shows every day.
Sweet. Are you still doing the Flappers 420? You did it Thursday, didn't you?
I did a Flapper show last night that we turned into, became a audio podcast that plopped today of Doug Loves Movies with Chelsea Peretti, Pete Holmes, and Nick Kroll were the guests.
Oh, cool. Pete Holmes is awesome. I love Pete Holmes.
So people, when you finally get around to putting this out as a podcast, people can hear this and go back and find my episode with those guys.
Sweet.
Out at Flappers.
See, where are you going to be hanging out, mister?
I'm going to be at the Rose Parade.
Are you really?
What?
Yep.
They're going to have the world's biggest float there.
Did you hear they have the biggest float there, say?
And a dinosaur.
And a dinosaur?
Yeah. They're unrolling some, I think 3 floats are going to be dinosaurs, from what I heard on TV today.
Yeah, the biggest one supposedly will, I don't know if you heard it, it's a big wave or like water or something like that.
I didn't hear about that, but
yeah,
I'll check that out.
36-foot wave.
I told the audience in there that about you saying that, and that about how I wouldn't know that that your enthusiasm's, it's contagious, but it's also, I wouldn't know the world's largest float if it was sucking my dick. I'd be like, I don't know why this float is sucking my dick, and I'm not even sure if there's a bigger one, but I'm not gonna go ahead and let this float suck my dick just because it's such an interesting, and it's a wave. That sounds nice.
It's only going in one direction.
And Benji, you're going to be with Polly Shore in Kansas City. What dates?
Kansas City Improv, 13th, 14th, and 15th, I think.
Awesome. Yeah. Check out Benji, a busy Benj on...
I'm Baby Benji now.
Oh, Baby Benj.
Baby
Benji.
Benji.
Wow. The other one was so much better.
Yeah, Polly calls me Baby Benji, and it just kind of became funny, so it just sort of stuck.
Right. And, of course, C is not the other person, but he is Saw Hung on Twitter. SAWHUNG. And, of course, Doug Benson is DOUGBENSON on Twitter. And I'm Red Band. And we do these whole things at the Ice House, and it's located in Pasadena, California. If you want to see a live show, go to Ice House's website, icehousecomedy.com.
Great crowd in there tonight, man.
Yeah, it was good, right?
Super
good
nice
crowd.
people. Very, you know.
And again, I'd like to thank Plague Vendor. Check them out. And here they are finishing out.
Happy New Year. Plague Vendor. Yeah, see you next one.
Year.